Stand up, New York Giant fans. We're going to have one more YouTuber, I think, coming on. Big Pat Sports Talk. Never had him on the channel before, but I'm excited about it. Just waiting for him to get the link. But if he's not here within another 10 or 15 minutes, we'll start the draft. Want to start it, open it up with a little bit of draft talk about what we think the New York Giants' biggest needs are going into the draft and kind of what we expect, and then do a bunch of different mock draft simulations, whether it be just strictly the first round, doing Giants specific for 6 rounds, organizing trade scenarios, maybe taking Parsons for, whatever. All the different scenarios we can see the Giants going over and kind of talking about how it could impact the later picks as it goes along. But before I get started, I want to say Nate, he's been on the channel before. Absolutely love Nate. Really educated when it comes to the draft. He's got a new channel. Go over there, check him out. Link's going to be in the description below. What's going on, Nate?
What's up, man? I'm happy to be back on the channel. Thanks for having me. Excited to talk some draft. Man, we're getting so close. I'm
2 weeks.
Hyped up. It's so nice. Can't wait for that night. Can't wait to see what they do with the 11. Lots of great ways to go.
Can't wait. And, of course, the Hub. What's up, my man?
What up, man? Yo, shout out to Tane and having me on here. I see Kenny Galladay in the chat. That's a new account that I haven't seen.
He's got some celebrities in the chat.
Yeah, we got some celebrities in here, man. But yo, shout out to everybody in here. Usually, I'd go and I'd give a shout out to every person, but we got 270 people watching. You only need to smash that like button because there's only 70 likes. That doesn't add up.
I appreciate the kind words, Hub. I appreciate everybody for popping in. We're going to have fun tonight. These are always fun. Obviously, you don't read too much into mock drafts, but it's fun to go over it, go over the scenarios, try to learn about some new prospects. And I'm
by the way, Chris.
Yeah.
I like your cut, G.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
give us a little turnaround. Let's see what's up. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And Max Webster, if you haven't done so, go check him out. I've been on his channel before. He's a big Giants fan. Thank you so much. This great panel. What's up, y'all? Excited for this. Cannot wait. Before we jump into the mock draft, and we're gonna use PFF, but we could always switch it. We were talking about it before we went live. Let's start with Nate. What are your feelings going into this draft in the first round? Because for me, my head's going through a loop. Like every day I'm thinking something different with all the rumors. And it's not like most years where we're picking at the top of the draft. Like last year, we talked a lot on the Discord before the draft, and we pretty much both were in agreement that we were going tackle.
Yeah.
This year, it's not as cut and dry. What are your thoughts going into the draft for the Giants? What do you think they're going to do? And what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's a loaded question to be sure. Like you said, last year was pretty cut and dry. We were pretty clearly going tackle. There was a little worm of doubt that maybe we'd go Simmons, but let's be honest, it had to be an offensive tackle. Hopefully Andrew Thomas going into year 2 can be a lot better now that his leg is fully healthy. But yeah, coming into this draft, the flexibility that's offered to our draft position now after that great free agency is invaluable. We've talked a lot about this, I'm sure all of us as content creators. The ability now that we've signed a wide receiver 1, a CB2, and knocked out a bunch of other depth position needs, that flexibility that creates in the draft is so valuable. In a class like this with so much talent at so many different positions, that flexibility to take whatever we want, whenever we want is super, super important. Say before we signed a guy like Kenny Galladay, a lot of people were still saying we absolutely have to go wide receiver first round. And there was a lot of credit to that argument. Now that we've got that extra flexibility, we can do a lot of things with this first round pick. So I think one of the things I've said a lot is that there's almost nothing they could do with it I'd be mad at. Of course, there's one name that shall not be spoken here. That we're not even talk about.
We'll talk about him throughout the mock draft.
Stop.
Gregory.
Anyway, though, outside of him, there's just nothing that we can really do wrong here.
What if we draft the quarterback?
So
that might be wrong.
Stop. Which is just so important here. So,
I'm just going to get through. I agree with a lot of what you said just there. I'm going to get to a couple of super chats, and I'm going to turn it over to Hub.
Sure.
Raphael, man, thank you very much, man. With Clowney, are the Browns Super Bowl contenders? I think they were borderline Super Bowl contenders before Clowney.
Yeah.
It really depends. Oh yeah, you go ahead.
I don't think Clowney's a major difference maker. Let's put it that way. I don't think he didn't like change the opinion of the team. But I love that team. I love the way they built their team through the trenches.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just want to get to a couple of these. NY Giants 26, man. Thank you very much. 2 weeks. Cannot wait, my man. We're almost here. It's going to be here before you know it, buddy.
Love that
profile pic. He says, did you hear what Trevor? No, I didn't. Did you guys hear what Trevor?
I heard that he said something, but I never heard the actual quote. Apparently, it was something he said that questioned his like loyalty to the game or something. I don't know. I heard a lot of chatter about this, but I never actually saw a quote anywhere. I was looking for it for about 20 minutes. Couldn't find anything.
There's a lot of stories going around with every single prospect at this point. At this point in the draft process, and it's usually not as rampant as it is this year. But I'm seeing it a lot more this year. Obviously, Micah Parsons is an obvious one, but he was involved in a whole civil lawsuit, so that makes sense. But then you saw it with earlier today with Mac Jones, or was it earlier this week?
Yeah, DUI or something, right?
No,
not just DUI, but new stuff today with Mac Jones. More, you could call it political. You could call it mainstream media, racial politics.
I didn't see that. Okay.
We can get into that in a few.
But
minutes
there's a lot more optics with this year's draft than usual.
Wow.
Whole new topic there.
I didn't get to see what Trevor Lawrence said, but I'm sure I'll hear about it. Kevin, man, thank you very much, man. Stand up, new member. Welcome to the channel, man. Appreciate it, buddy. And True Rap List, he says, great selection of creators. This should be fun. What you've done with this channel is amazing. It's only up from here, and can't wait to be here to see it. I can't say thank you enough. And listen, I love these guys. Nate, I've known for a long time, even before he started his YouTube channel. Always been so. He made them. I got to get back on the movie channel. My brother, you made the intro for that for me.
Yeah.
Incredibly knowledgeable Giants fan. I'm super excited to see where your channel goes. And the Hub is the friggin' man. I always try to pop on the Hub stream whenever I can. And you guys should check out these creators. Two great guys.
Tana, I'll say this. Tana basically gave me my first break on YouTube. If for those of you that know the phrase, give your first break, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Homie was the first guy I spoke to, like a content creator through Twitter that actually responded. Like before I was big, when I was still small and all that. This is back in January 2019. I don't know if Tana remembers. He probably does.
I do remember. It was a pretty long conversation.
It was a huge conversation, but when you get a break like that from somebody at the time that was probably one of 3 Giants YouTubers, out, and you get that motivation, you get the recognition, it does a lot for you. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for always saying kind words. Zach, man, thank you very much. If you like Slater, I just don't see him as a Giant. I think we should trade back, take Vera Tucker or an edge, and get an extra second-round pick.
Interesting take there.
Oh, somebody said you might have missed a super chat. I don't know if you did, but somebody said you missed a super chat.
Let me make sure. What he means by I don't see him as a Giant.
I got the Trevor Lawrence, 2 weeks. I got the Raphael. I think I got all of them. Oh, I did miss one. I'm sorry. No, I got Max Webster as well. I think I got all of them.
Chat, why are you misleading me?
I think I got all. Coach look bad, man.
I got a couple more coming. John Letourneau, man, thank you very much. Stand up, Chris. You're the best. The Giants still stink. Fly Eagles, fly. Go Phillies. Really quick, the NL East is going to be rough. Wins are not going to be easy. Hey, we just kicked your ass, John. I know you're a Phillies fan. I love you. You're a great supporter of my channel. But I got to be ecstatic. You got lucky we didn't sweep you 4 games straight today with the rain delay. But I think I got all of them.
Listen, man, Yankees all the way.
Hell yeah.
But I want to jump into Hub and your take on this draft right now. And where do you think the Giants are leaning? And where do you want them to lean?
This is very hard. And
no pressure, Kush.
Yeah, I know, right? Absolutely no pressure. I'm going to say I feel like where the Giants are leaning is where I'm leaning, which is if Slater is there at 11, they're going to go with him, which makes a lot of sense. But I don't think they're going to reach on anybody. I don't think they're going to reach on any talent this year, whether it's an offensive lineman. So in my personal opinion, ABT is a great offensive lineman, probably the best guard in this class. But I do think he's a little bit of a reach at 11. Yeah. So I do not think they'll do that. With the edges, I've been said for months that I don't like this edge class. There's just no one guy at the head of it that makes sense like every other year there usually is. There's no Chase Young. There's no Bosa brother. There's no Myles Garrett. The edge class is respectably so. Like anybody with 2 eyes could see, it's not the same level that it usually is. With that being said, they're still good players, and most of them are athletic freaks. The guy I would personally want would be Azeez Ojulari. You got Kwity Paye in there as well. You got Jalen Phillips if you want to take a chance on the injuries. But all of them, no matter who you think is the number one, is 100% a reach at 11. So if Slater isn't there, I don't think they're reaching on anybody. I think they're going with the best player available. And this is another thing I've said since January. I think the best player available is going to be one of the 2 Bama receivers.
By the way,
you might be right about
before
that.
You acknowledge that super chat, I just gotta say, I think it was William O'Sullivan. I gotta respect the creativity here in the diss on the Yankees. He was doing his best to try and get you to say it so he wasn't cussing. Yankees sick Dak. I respect the creativity there, William. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you for that. I respect the creativity.
Taco Man, thank you very much. Says, did Parsons get a house in New York yet? Oh, we're going to talk about Parsons tonight. I know he's definitely it seems like he's become the fan favorite now. Seems like that's what a lot of fans want right now.
If you go by the daily Twitter swings, because they always swing on Twitter, the fan favorite.
Today was Patrick Surtain.
Yeah. I don't know
what the hell's going on. Pat's here, by the way. I want to pop him into the stream. His link's going to be in the description below as well. Let me get the super chat out of the way so they can see your face, and then I'll pull it up. His link's going to be in the description below as well. Pat's kind of newer to the YouTube scene, but I think you do a great job with your videos. I popped on your stream before, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to come on the platform and talk some Giants football.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on, my man. And Dylan, man, thank you very much. Nate, I love the negativity against the Eagles after the Eagles purposely lost. My Mets have completed doing a big SHIT on the Phillies. Hashtag Philly sucks. I'm with you, my man. And Zion says, what's good, fam? What's going on?
Shout out to Zion.
But I want to get more into the edge rusher talk before we start the mock draft. But first, I want to get to Pat. And I want to get Pat's take.
Oh yeah, real quick, you were gonna say something before you got to the super chats in response to my take. I don't know if you got it out. Yeah.
I think I was gonna talk about Azeez Ojulari. I think that's where I was going with it, but I want to save that for when we get into the edge rusher talk. Pat, what I want you to tell me right now is where do you think the New York Giants are? What do you think they're gonna do at 11, and what would you like them to do?
All right. What I like them to do is Parsons is there. I would like them to take Parsons. Reason being because I believe he makes this defense that much better. When you look at the guy's film and the way he plays, you're only giving him really a one-gap responsibility because we already have Blake Martinez. If you look at Penn State, he was playing like 3 or 4 gaps at once because his defensive linemen really weren't doing their job, but he would find ways to get around the guard or tackle, sneak back around and grab an ankle to save like a touchdown saving run on multiple plays. Imagine that guy on our defense, and when he only has one thing to do, play one gap. I believe he could be the role that Tay Crowder played. Micah Parsons playing that role will be absolutely deadly.
Sure.
I'm with you on Parsons. Parsons as a player. And I want to talk a little bit more about him. Nick, man, thank you so much. He says, Chris, where's the hoodie? The hoodie will be back on tomorrow. Nick's won 4 straight. The hoodie will be back on tomorrow. And oh man, dude, Lucas, man, thank you so much, man.
Lucas,
I appreciate it, man. He says, what's up, Dana?
Super chat.
Hub, you've done the same for a lot of young new YouTubers as well, bro. Getting them recognition and sharing your platform. You had a vid on Giants Legends. You and Dana should be on that list. I appreciate it, Lucas, man. Thank you so much, man.
No, Lucas, I appreciate it.
Shout out to Lucas, man.
He's been an amazing supporter of mine over the past month or so, and for a long time too, man. Lucas, and I say it all the time, I'm sure Dana agrees. The channels do not exist without you guys. And if we could just give back to y'all a little bit by allowing y'all to come on, or getting younger guys on, or just giving y'all what you guys want, which was, if that stream was me talking about Giants Legends and asking y'all who your favorite legend was or whatnot, it's for you guys, because it doesn't exist without you guys, man. So shout out to you, and I love Lucas. Because of him, I'll be able to get a Blake Martinez jersey now.
Lucas is the man, dude. Diehard Giants fan from
everyone's channels
across the pond. MY Giants 26 says, Chris, I like Jabril Cox a lot. You're not going to get me to say it. But no, I actually like Jabril Cox a lot too. And I want to. I'm sure somebody's going to edit that out and take out the Jabril.
Oh yeah.
But
sure.
but no, I'm excited to talk about. Let's start there. Let's start with the edge rushers, and then I kind of want to jump into our first mock draft. It seems to me that everywhere I look now, and I wasn't buying it at first. I wasn't buying that we were going to take an edge rusher because of what you guys have said. That it's not a rich edge rusher draft class. It's a reach at 11, and I completely agree with you guys. I'm not even saying I think we're going to go edge rusher now, but I'm at least much more open to the possibility than I've been in the past, because where there's smoke, there's fire. Joe Judge has gone to the pro day of, I think he went to Georgia's pro day. He went to Penn State's pro day, and he went to Miami's pro day. And so you're talking about a plethora of edge rushers, in all those pro days. So, and obviously it's a big need of ours. Obviously, rumors came out that the New York Giants were interested in acquiring an edge rusher in free agency as well. So,
and our head scout, I can't remember his name or the exact title, but our head scout went to Georgia's pro day.
And the head scout at Georgia, or the head recruiter at Georgia, that recruited Azeez Ojulari is is our what is it? It's our linebacker coach, Kevin Scher. He was the head recruiter.
Yeah, Scher wasn't only the recruiter.
That's interesting right there.
Scher was also the coach. That's why I say I love Ojulari so much for us, because he actually coached Ojulari for 1 year, and of course he coached Carter for basically Carter's entire career, which is why keep your eyes out, guys. Last year Carter made a jump. That wasn't just coincidence. He's going to continue going up because he has his college coach with him.
We'll see how he recovers from the injury.
Yeah.
And NY Giants 26
tore his Achilles. Yeah.
He says, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't think you did. But no,
I'm still suspicious.
That's another common talking point that I hear a lot of people say when they bring up Ojulari.
I'm sorry.
Lorenzo, is he he's just like Lorenzo Carter because they played in the same scheme. I agree with you. I don't think they're the same player. I agree with you on that.
Can we get into that now, or do you want to wait a little bit more?
Yeah, I'll get to 2 more of these, and we're going to get back to the edge rusher talk. Then we're going to do the mock. Sure. Connor says Andrew Thomas thinks he's slick calling himself Pat.
Thomas called himself Pat?
He's right next to you. It's Andrew Thomas, man.
Oh, I get it.
He said I look like Andrew Thomas.
Robert, man, thank you very much. Parsons provides no value at 11. Middle linebacker isn't a valued position, which is why they get paid less than an edge and a cornerback. Parsons is Odell at middle linebacker a problem. All right, so I'm going to disagree with y'all, Robert, on that. Yeah. Now, the part where I totally
disagree with that.
The part I will agree. Well, I don't even know if I agree with him because I don't know. I'm not privy to the information that all these teams get. But if there's legitimacy to the character concerns, that I'll agree with. I think that's a red flag if there's legitimacy there. And that is, I personally think if there's any legitimacy to that, I think the New York Giants are going to pass on him. Joe Judge is a guy that's all about culture. He's a no-nonsense guy. And if there is any nonsense there that they have any worries about, I do not think he'll be a New York Giant.
Well,
I can agree with that. I can agree with
that. Get your super chat, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. But the one thing I'll say about middle linebacker, especially in today's modern-day NFL, I think it's more valuable than it was 15, 20 years ago because you need versatile linebackers that could do multiple things, athletic linebackers. And you look at a guy like Devin White. Devin White was 5th overall. He definitely warranted that selection. So if Parsons is that type of talent, which a lot of people feel like he is, I definitely think he's worthy of just based off talent, is worthy of an 11th overall pick.
Should I wait for you to say the super chat or just get into the Micah Parsons thing?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll just read it. He says, "Don't forget about Jason Away out of Penn State."
We'll talk about him with the edge rushers.
The only thing I worry about with him though, the guy had no sacks.
We will get to him.
We could get to that, but Nate, class. There's Bobby Miller in the chat, bro.
Yeah, whatever. Piss off.
And Ryan says, "Listen to you guys talk is like being in a bar and BSing with buddies about the G-Men." I appreciate that. And I'll wait to get to Moons in a second. But yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead and talk about Parsons.
So just with what he was saying about Micah Parsons, I think I would probably disagree with just about every word in that super chat, starting with the fact that Micah Parsons is not a Mike linebacker. Okay, so let's just get this cards on the table immediately, all right? Micah Parsons is not a Mike linebacker. If you watch the tape, first off, he almost never lines up in the Mike. Almost never. He's almost always a Will or a Sam in that defense, and that's where he should be because he does not have the instincts to play a middle zone. He does not have that football IQ as a Mike linebacker in the passing game. Micah Parsons, if the Giants draft him, could be a dynamic defensive weapon. And what I mean by that is that he is a guy for Pat Graham to swing like a sword in his scheme to destroy run games, right? That's a guy that you tell him where to go, you tell him what to do, he's going to do it. He's not a thinker, all right? He's not the quarterback of the defense. The nice thing about it is we don't need that. We already have our quarterback of the defense. Yep. We have Blake. We need a guy like him to be a dynamic, athletic playmaker. That's what he is. He's also not great in pass coverage, so you're not going to see him in the middle of the field running Tampa 2. These things are just logical. Players have strengths and weaknesses. The job of a good defensive coordinator like Pat Graham is to mask those weaknesses and highlight those strengths. So what you're going to see him do is you're going to see him, I think it was Miz that said this, I'm going to steal this quote for a long time. You're going to see him be a line of scrimmage criminal, which is just the perfect description of Micah Parsons' skill set. You're going to see him lined up at the edge every now and then. You're going to see him blitzing a lot. You're going to see him keying the run and sorting out run concepts and attacking blockers. That's Micah Parsons' game. He's not a Mike, and if you want to talk about value, you want to talk about a guy like Blake Martinez, who's more what you're describing, that I'd probably agree with you isn't really that great.
Well, traditional middle linebacker, yeah.
Right. But Micah Parsons isn't that, though.
The book on Parsons, if you listen to several scouts, and Moonman, thank you very much, says enjoy the stream. And we got time, says if we draft the defensive end and won Phillips, we're going to get to him as well. I know a lot of people like Phillips. But the book on him, if you listen to several scouts, many people feel like he might be the best edge rusher in this draft class.
He's not an edge,
Micah Parsons I'm talking about. And I don't think he's strictly an edge rusher.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's capable of coming off the edge.
Right.
I think where people get
game
mixed
that makes
up.
him such an appealing prospect.
I don't know about the whole edge rusher thing.
I'm not saying an every down outside
right.
linebacker.
And
but
I
he's
know
a
what
guy,
you're
like
saying,
you
Tanner.
said, has versatility. You could
The thing
around.
on Micah Parsons that people sort of misconstrued into him being an edge, and it goes back to what Nate said, and shout out to Miz, who's in the chat, who coined the term line of scrimmage criminal, is that Micah Parsons is really good at blitzing, and he's really good at getting to the quarterback if he's like, that's kind of the design player. That's what it's intended to do. He's not going to be that consistent every down outside linebacker that you're going to rely on as your number one edge, because he's not that. He's a great guy for coming off the blitz. And one thing I will say on Parsons, and I had a video on him on Wednesday, is that he's the best defense player in the draft, in my opinion. But the thing is, he just doesn't fit with the Giants immediately. He can fit with the Giants down the line, but then on Giants fans, they have to adjust their expectations versus reality when we get him. When we get him, immediately, he's not going to be what they want him to be. He can develop into that because that's just how good he is. But he's not going to be that second middle linebacker that we want him to be that could be a coverage guy immediately, in my opinion.
I think
once again, he can develop into it, but not right away.
The funny thing about it is we've all hammered to death exactly what you're saying on our respective channels.
And it's because he's a 4.3 OLB. That's why.
They talk about him being an edge rusher. That's different than having edge rushing ability. That's the important distinction to make here. And I think we've all hammered that to death.
I think that guy, Michael Parsons, fits us perfectly, guys.
I do too. I think he fits the scheme beautifully.
Perfectly.
I agree. I think he does fit the scheme. Now, maybe he has some growing up to do and learning as a player.
Only way he doesn't fit with us is if the rumors are true and his mind is bad.
Yeah.
Just as a physical talent, I'm in complete agreement. I think he's a great fit.
And I think we've all talked about this a little bit, but I'm just going to say the same thing I've said for months. If there's character concerns, that's nothing we as fans can really talk about, because that's obviously information we're not privy to. That's behind-the-scenes stuff. That's for Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman and these talent evaluators to find out through conversations with the actual coaching staff. That's stuff we can only speculate and imagine about. So the way I look at it is this. If we draft him, clearly his character is enough, because if it's good enough for Joe Judge, it's good enough for me.
I've said the same thing.
If we don't, it's someone else's problem. So with that being said, we can talk about it all we want. That's why I don't care about the character.
I agree with you. I agree with you. If they draft him, I'm going to trust that the New York Giants did their due diligence. We have Sean Spencer on the roster. He coached him. We have some intel. The Giants were clearly at his pro day. It was visibly evident that they were talking to him. We're going to find out. If the Giants draft him, I'm going to trust, much like they had questions with Adoree Jackson, much like they had questions with Kenny Golladay. They brought those guys in. They talked to him. They did their background. They were impressed. I will be convinced that they did their background and they trust Micah Parsons as a person and a leader on the field. So we'll see.
About the coverage thing, the same thing that they're saying about Micah Parsons, they said the same thing about Devin White when he came out, that he wasn't going to be good in coverage when he came out. What I'll tell you is that could be taught. He wasn't asked that to do at Penn State. But with that guy's ability, there's no reason why he cannot run a zone coverage for a linebacker. That's impossible for him not to be able to do that with the athleticism he has.
Pat, that's literally what I'm saying. He can learn it, but it won't be there immediately.
I think
with that guy's talent, it'd be immediately, because he was never asked to do it. If you
understand where you're coming from,
I don't mean to cut you guys off.
Sorry,
I want to get going.
Sorry,
I see a bunch of people in the chat being like, "Let's draft."
Right, my bad.
I'm gonna no worries. We're gonna talk about it plenty as we draft. Just gonna read a couple of these. The DM says, "I'm waiting for the typical Giant surprise. Who we drafted? Who? Yeah, that's what happens every year, man. So hopefully, I think that's inevitable. It's gonna happen at some point this draft. There's too many options, and it's obvious that not everybody's gonna be happy because of that. Depending on line, thank you very much. Do you think that the culture of the people already here could rub off on Parsons, Blake taking him under his wing, some mentoring, and the number of coaches that support the Judge has shown?
Very possibly, yeah.
Very possible. Yeah. You know, I kind of talked about that, guys, with DeAndre Baker. You know, had Judge been the coach with Baker, may have never happened that way.
We'll see.
The beard with a great joke here.
And Joel, man, thank you very much. What's the difference between an Eagles fan and a puppy? The puppy eventually grows up and stops whining. Let's go, Giants fans.
Yeah, tell it to my dog.
Robert, man, thank you so much. A weapon for Graham is not nearly as valuable as an offensive lineman. That's definitely a fair conversation for sure. He has plenty to work with, especially now. Backers are not nearly as difficult to find compared to an impactful offensive lineman. Come on. That, Robert,
That's
you know
arguable.
I'm an offensive line kid. Nate's an O-line guy too.
Yeah, I mean, when I talk about Micah Parsons, I'm going to talk about a lot of guys tonight over the course of the stream, so I want to get this out there. Me talking about a player and saying positives or negatives does not mean I do or do not want to draft him.
Yeah.
For me, Micah Parsons is probably, I feel, I shouldn't have to say that, but I do. So for me, Micah Parsons is probably third, fourth on my board of guys I'd want to get. Still high priority, still wouldn't be mad at all if we drafted him, but I actually tend to agree with you that offensive line is a bigger need right now, specifically because our defense was already really, really good last year, and we just added a corner to it. And now, according to all these sources, we're trying to add an edge in the draft. So the way I see it, the offense is the bigger priority. So with that being said, I tend to agree with you.
Dependable Line says, by the way, love the content. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And Brick said, he says, smoking mirrors, please don't believe that the Giants not taking Parsons if available. Sean Spencer has his eye on him. We're going to find out soon enough, my man. I definitely think he's a possibility, and I'm sure we're gonna mock him in one or two of these mocks. Darren says, I think Washington is being a bit overrated. No injuries last year, hard schedule. Fitz being overrated again. Can't see Fitz winning 10 games. I mean, much like Jones for us, I think Fitzpatrick is going to be their X factor this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Nick says, Chris, can you read my comment in the chat? Oh, is that a joke? I think if you super chatted, you would have put it in the super chat. It's hard for me. There's like 811 people in here right now. I'm assuming you're trolling. But thank you very much, Nick. I appreciate it. And let me just read a couple more of these before we start because I want to get started. By the way, what simulation would you guys like to do first? Do you want to do a full 6 round just Giants specific, or do you want to do a first round mock? What do you want to do?
It's your stream.
We're gonna do a full 6 round to start.
Okay.
David, man, thank you very much. If we get Devontae, we'll have our Tumor Plaques combo again with Galladay, and finally, forget about Odell Beckham Jr. Move the chains with the big plays on offense.
Well, I mean, I've already forgotten about OBJ.
Man,
we'll see.
Like, he's gone, man. You gotta get over it.
And Tyler, man, thank you very much. Heard you cut your hair because you didn't make money at the strip club. That's
Chris
my side job, man. I'm trying my best, buddy. And Taco says Parsons said he wants to reunite with Chaos. Of course he does. He wants to reunite who's ever going to get him the most money. Of course he's going to say that.
Right.
How could you not want to play for a guy named Coach Chaos? I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Let's jump right into it, though. We're going to do 6 rounds, and we're going to just let the computer simulate it for us. And I'm not going into this first mock with any plan in terms of what we're going to do in the first round. We're going to let the mock come to us, and we'll see who we decide to take there. We'll talk it over with that first pick. All right, so I got it on speed mode. Let me just scroll back up. Probably should have put it on slow mode.
Slitter goes one
most
plus
likely,
4.
yeah.
How nice.
We'll do it next time I'll change the speed. But we can see who's still on the board. Kyle Pitts is still on the board.
I hate the fact that Slater
stop it.
literally went right before us, man.
Kyle
right.
Pitts, Micah Parsons, Christian Barmore, Mac Jones. So in this simulation, both offensive linemen are gone. All the wide receivers are gone.
Just scroll just right up through it for me if you could.
Christian Darrisaw,
Through the guys that got picked.
Bateman. Oh, the guys who got picked.
Yeah, I just want to.
We
See
had
how that
Trevor
went.
Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Fields, Penny Sewell.
The first 3 picks is what is going to happen in the real life, though.
Should be.
Yeah.
Possibly the first 5. Jamar Chase, Sewell going 4. I don't think that's that far-fetched. It's not necessarily what I would do, but it's not that far-fetched.
Yeah, it's not
Devontae
far-fetched,
Smith,
but
Patrick Surtain's a bit of a reach there. I would think they'd go wide receiver. Jalen Waddle, Trey. It's actually not
not that bad.
far-fetched.
No, it's not nearly as bad as you'd see on PFN. But someone's got to explain to me why people are saying that the Lions need to take a corner. Like, listen, I understand everyone's saying it, so clearly I'm missing something. I thought Oruwariye was playing pretty well, and they just drafted Okuda. What does everyone think they need another corner in the first round?
They're not going corner again.
I don't get it.
And I'm sorry, they're not doing that.
I don't get it at all.
I'm just going to read a couple of these, and we're going to pick this first pick. Jonathan, man, thank you very much. Tana, love you collaborating with others. Grows your value and support. We'll subscribe to you. Of course, man, please go into the description and subscribe to all these. Most exciting draft since I say it every year. It's the most exciting draft. So I'm not like last year. I thought it was super exciting too. But
every year it's hype.
This is a very important draft though because it's so important to find out what we have in Daniel Jones, and we have to give him the best team possible.
This
Nick
is the
says,
next step year.
Nick, yes, I will definitely do another mock where the chat gets to decide. I just want to do like one run through first, and then we'll do one where the chat gets to decide. He says, can the chat get in on the draft? Yeah, and J-Man, thank you so much for the $1 donation. Okay, so with this first pick, and again, do I expect this to happen? Do I think Pitts will be there when we pick? No. Is it possible? Anything's possible. But in this spot, me personally, and I'll be the first to say I am not in love with taking a tight end, but I think he's by far the best player available. And there's no offensive lineman there. I'm not reaching on an edge over Pitts, who's regarded as a top 5 talent in this draft. I think you have to take Kyle Pitts. Maybe you guys disagree.
All right, before you break my heart and take Kyle Pitts here, at least show what the trades are there.
Yeah.
I want to see what the offers are.
Trade offers. Why aren't they loading?
Why is that? Oh, come on, guys. Come
Oh,
on,
PFF.
It's not loading.
Oh, PFF.
There we go.
Ah,
All right, we got an offer from
KC, nope.
No.
Yeah, we're not dropping
Get
a
out of here.
31.
What's the next one?
Where's the second one?
Yeah, I don't see a second one.
Oh,
How do
man,
you-
this website. What are we
Yeah.
gonna do?
PFF.
We're just going
All
to take Pitts. Unless you guys have a differing opinion.
In my opinion, if Pitts and Parsons is there, I believe they go Parsons and not Pitts.
I
Really?
agree. I
Honestly,
agree.
believe they go
Yeah, I think
Parsons.
I was gonna say I think they would go Parsons.
You know what? I personally think they might go Pitts, but I think it's much more realistic that Parsons would be there as opposed to Pitts. So for the sake of that, and because I think it's much more realistic that we'll take Parsons as opposed to Pitts, because I don't think Pitts will be there, let's take Parsons.
Well, I should also ask, when we do this draft, do you want it to be what we think will happen or what we want to happen? Like what we would do if we're the Giants?
I think I want to do another one after this where we do the first round, so that way we could map out what we think is going to happen before the Giants
Okay.
are up.
So just
But
make
I
the
also-
moves we want to make here?
Yeah, but based off this simulation, I think we just pick who's ever the best player available there that we think what the Giants would do with that pick.
Gotcha.
So we're going to go Parsons?
Yeah, we'll go Parsons here. Even
We
though
can have a whole nother stream dedicated to Kyle
no
Pitts, man.
question, Kyle Pitts is the best player available out of the people that's on the board. But I just think the Giants pick Parsons over Kyle Pitts because it's not a receiver. Only way I see them going a playmaker is at receiver. If all of them are gone, I believe they go defense or offensive line automatically.
I know a lot of people
Exactly.
are going to be crying in the chat for Pitts. I think it's more appropriate to go Parsons for the simple reason that I think it's much more realistic that he would be there than Pitts. So
Most likely.
let's go with Parsons. Let's see what happens in the second round. Next draft, I'll slow it down. I had it on speed mode.
No, I mean, after the top 10, you don't really need to have it on slow.
Yeah.
All right. So let me read a couple of these, and then we're going to analyze what we did in the first round. Your boy, man. Thank you very much. Giants should take Mac Jones if he falls to it. You're on drugs.
Jesus, Walker Little is high on their board.
Clock Roach, man. Thank you very much. Hurry up and pick Mac Jones already, Tana. Okay. So we took Micah Parsons in the first.
Can you scroll through who got taken in between?
Yeah. I don't know why this is so hard for me to get the. There we go. Okay.
Oh, that was fast.
So we Awusu Karamoa went to Philadelphia.
I would love
Darisaw-
to pick the Philadelphia.
Darisaw went to the Chargers,
Had
which
to
makes
be.
sense.
Had
They need
to
an
be.
alignment. Vera Tucker makes sense to the Vikings.
Yeah.
Mac Jones makes sense to the Pats.
J.C.
JC Horn's been
Slam
mocked to
dunk.
the Cardinals for 3 months.
Slam dunk.
Wow.
I'm
Another
seeing
safety.
Jalen Phillips to Washington. What kind of sense does that make?
That doesn't make sense. Pitts
That
went
doesn't make sense at
18.
all.
Pitts went 18 to Miami.
This
Yeah, that's
is
not
this is
happening.
a strange board here.
Caleb Farley to the Bears.
Yeah, I don't hate that, but for me, Farley's just off my board at this point. With all the
They said
problems.
he's all right though, Nate. After the surgery, they said it was just like a technical.
I know. I'm not questioning whether he's going to get back, but for me, just the whole time the narrative coming into
I
this
mean,
draft
it's the
was,
fact that the man had 2 surgeries.
right,
yo.
yeah. For me, just all the way into the draft, I was thinking, listen, I know his injury history is terrible, but I'm willing to look past it since his talent level is
And
that
then he
high.
goes and gets 2
and
surgeries.
then he gets another
Oh my
discectomy.
God.
That's just
Yeah, that's crazy.
on a DB of all positions. I'm done with that.
I'd say what would be scary though. Rashad Bateman went to Pittsburgh.
I was gonna say I don't know how Bateman slipped all the way to 24. That's
That
Old
was-
I like the old Ojulari pick for the Colts. They need an edge.
Yeah.
Tennessee,
Pay
Kwity
the
Paye.
Titans makes so much sense.
Barmore to the Jet. They already got a good interior defensive lineman.
Why?
They got Quentin.
No, Barmore to the Jets. Why?
Yeah, they got Quentin Williams.
I don't know about that.
Mhm.
Rondelle Moore. I don't know how much I love that pick to the Jaguars.
So Russo ends up going in the first round.
Russo is the perfect pick for the Ravens if he wants Russo to be any type of effect of his first year.
Yeah.
Like, that'll be the best place he can actually go to.
That's the
For
best
him.
place he could land, but did Osai already go? I'd prefer
I don't think he
Osai
did.
with the
For that.
Ravens.
Cosme. The Saints are notorious for taking linemen, so nothing would shock me there.
Man, the linemen in this simulation went crazy. It was like 7 linemen go in the first round.
Tevin
Yeah.
Jenkins again to the Bills, another lineman.
Tevin Jenkins got to be going before Sam Cosme. I'm sorry.
Packers take their first wide receiver in the first round since 1747
Yeah.
with Kadarius Toney. New
I like
see,
that pick though.
I do too. The Chiefs, I think, go line, don't they? After the
They
Super
I
have
Bowl,
think
to.
they've
They
got to.
have to. They're missing guard and tackle, bro.
Didn't they sign one of their tackles back though?
They didn't sign him back. They signed a new tackle and a new guard, but they're
Yeah.
still missing a bunch of holes on their offensive line. So Duvernay Tardif comes back. Now they've got 2 guards and a tackle. I forget what their situation with center is, but at bare minimum, they still need a starting tackle.
And we're gonna see
Unless
what
they're trying to
Patrick
roll out
Mahomes is
Remmers.
made of this year, man. If they don't get that offensive line back the way it was, we're gonna see what that guy really is about this year, man.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read a couple of these and I'm going to get back to the draft chart. Man, thank you so much. If Parsons and pitcher there, I'll take my flying pig over at Giant Stadium. Dylan says, to view trades, click on current trade team. Okay.
Where does it say that?
I see the trade. I click the trade, and then
Yeah,
it's just
I'm-
blank.
Where
I
does
don't
it
even know what
say
he's talking
current
about.
trade team?
And then I have to trade a second time, maybe. I don't know.
See, we all use PFN, so I'm not familiar with
I'm not
PFF's
familiar
thing.
with PFF.
When I use the PFF simulator, it's on the phone, so it might be different on the phone. I don't know.
Oh,
I
it's
use
probably
it on,
way better mobile optimized.
yeah, I don't use it on the laptop, so
No.
I don't know. Well, but maybe we'll switch servers in another mock draft. It'll take me 2 seconds.
We'll see how it goes.
And Derry, man, thank you very much. LMAO, Philly would pass on Pitts. Pitts went all the way to 18. That's why we're going to do it ourselves in the first round next time. Dependable, man, thank you very much. Hot take, but I want a long-term backup because DJ hasn't finished a season without missing a game. So I want to pick up Davis Mills, the Stanford quarterback.
I'd say you could do that in another. We have 6 picks, bro. I'm not really going
Yeah.
to use one of the
Yeah,
backup
really,
quarterbacks.
man.
I'm
I'm
with
going Mike
Coach on
Lennon
this
for
one.
this year as my backup.
I'm with you guys on that.
I'd rather
We
get
got to help Jones as much as possible this year.
We just signed a guy for exactly the purpose you're talking about.
Mike
We can't-
Lennon, long
We
neck.
can't be spending one of our 6 picks in this draft on a quarterback.
on a quarterback.
I can't
That's
do that.
probably not even going to make the 53. He's probably going to be on the practice squad. So
Mm-hmm.
And
an undrafted free agent.
Dependable says, I mean with a pick in round 6 and a running back in round 6.
Well, let's make this pick right here at 42.
Yeah, we've been.
Let's get
stalling.
the 42, and then I'll get back to the chat. So, all right, real quick, we're gonna run through these. Newsome, Basham, Jason Away went to Jacksonville,
run
at,
on edge rushers there.
33, which a lot of people are starting to like. Ronnie
Nick Bolton
Perkins went to the
Falcons
Jets.
of all teams.
Bolton to the Falcons. Davis is off the board. I know a lot of Giants fans like him round 2. Pat Fryermuth's
Leatherwood.
gone. Joseph Osai's gone. Zaven Collins is gone.
All right, so
So,
we got to be
Osai
looking
lasted
line
a
here,
long
right?
time.
So far we've gone linebacker, playmaker on defense. You could really go a lot of ways here. You go line. You could go wide receiver if you really like a wide receiver here. You could go. That's probably what you're looking at. I think you
Yeah.
have to go either line or wide receiver here. So
I mean,
So
I'm
can we see the line, and then I don't know about y'all, but just from what I'm seeing at the top, it's got to be Eli Moore or Terrace Marshall, unless
Yeah, I was
some
literally
linemen
gonna
have slipped
say.
that I'm not thinking of. Oh, Eichenberg's there. That's tempting.
let's look at interior offensive line. You've got Dickerson. A lot of people have him.
Yeah.
did Creed Humphrey go? Or do
Meniere's.
they have him
Creed
ranked-
Humphrey's
Creed
still
Humphreys-
there.
Ooh, Creed Humphrey. Yeah.
Why do they have him ranked so low? That makes
We
no
we
sense.
might have to take Creed Humphrey.
I'm
here.
like, yeah, Creed Humphrey.
I'm going Creed Humphrey.
yeah,
here.
that's got to be the pick. How is Creed Humphrey
They-
here at
bro, they have him
42?
at 60. Yo, Nate,
Oh man,
bro, they got PFN got Trevon. I mean, our dude, bro,
Trevon
Terry
Grimes.
at like 203, and then PFF has Creed Humphrey at 62.
You want to
Listen,
go?
I don't know.
Let's just take a look again at the overall board.
I mean, we got to go Humphrey. That's got.
All right, we're going Humphrey here. You're not even looking at the
Yeah,
wide
it's
receiver. Going
gotta
Humphrey
be.
here.
Humphrey's the best pick.
He's plug and play at literally whichever you want him to be. He's plug and play at center or at guard.
Yeah.
All right. So now we got our center/guard. We got our interior offensive lineman.
I'll say this. People talk about drafting a center and saying, oh, switch Gates to guard, which I do not personally want to do. Humphrey is the only guard in the draft I would do that for.
Mm-hmm. And I'll say this as well. Like when I was looking at that board, I did see Terrace Marshall. I saw Elijah Moore. That was tempting. But I just know I didn't see Humphrey grow. And I was surprised he was that low.
I did not expect him to be
Davis. That guy has been going up boards like crazy.
Now, this is Jamin Davis's value, but we already drafted a linebacker. So
yeah,
I'm going to scan through this real quick. Terrace Marshall, Cisco, Elijah Moore's gone. But let's just get to Trey Smith, Eric Stokes, Quinn Miniers, Landon Dickerson, Molden, Trask, Mond, quarterback.
Trask?
Jabril Cox would have been nice if he fell to the third.
Well,
but we already got
took a linebacker.
Parsons.
Yeah, I know. I just really like him. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Campbell.
You and Diggy, man.
Marvin Wilson off the board.
Chapter Rat went right before us to the count.
Okay, I got an interesting prospect here. I don't know if you guys have done a ton of research on him. Let me just read a couple of these. Glockman, thank you so much. Chiefs are running it back with Mike Remmers. Yeah, I saw that. And NY Giants, thank you so much. They signed Austin Blythe, center from the Rams. Oh, he's talking about the Chiefs.
Okay. I knew they signed somebody.
He says, click on the arrow next to the Jags and hit select. Okay, for trades? Okay. Next time we want to look for trades, we'll do that. And Bear, what do you think is more likely? We trade back or trade back into the end of the first, like when we got Baker? Go ahead, guys.
I think that's a lot more possible than us trading down. Trading back up into the first, I do think that's more possible.
If there's a prospect that Gettleman likes, more than likely, if it's somebody like an Ojulari that somehow slips, or
if he slips to like 25 or something. Ooh.
So I would definitely agree, mostly because Dave Gettleman never trades back, but also, so a while ago, I'm not sure if you guys saw this as well, but a source on Twitter who, granted unreliably, has been very good for a verified account before, has said that the Giants are keen on taking a few of the edge rushers. And if a guy like Jason Owe drops, they're going to trade into the first round for him. So obviously, do not take that as anything other than just something to think about. But that is a situation I'm definitely expecting the Giants to jump at. So if you do see a guy like him, like Ojulari, as you were talking about, drop, like Jalen Phillips even, if he drops, one of those guys could definitely be a DeAndre Baker-style trade-up target. I
think that's the scenario where you would do it. I think it would have to be – I think it's an edge. I don't think they would trade up for a lineman. Probably not, you know. I think it would be an edge. You know, if we went wide receiver or lineman at 11, I think if they really like you said, Jalen Phillips, and he was there at 29 or 30, I could see that being a possibility. I'll agree there. And I don't think we'll trade down. I'd be surprised if we trade down.
No. And the thing I don't like, why they keep trying to compare Gregory Rousseau to JPP? That's totally different.
They've been saying that for months.
Yeah,
they've been saying that for a whole year.
The closest thing to JPP in this draft, if you really want to do it like that, is Owe.
Yeah, absolutely.
From Penn State. That's the closest thing you're going to get to JPP.
Owe is way more athletic, man.
And y'all know I could rant on this for hours, but I'm going to keep this short. The biggest thing that pisses me off about people talking about Greg Rousseau is that they say, oh, he's raw. He's a big physical freak. He just needs technique. Exactly. That's Jason Owe. You want to talk about raw physical ability that hasn't been developed with technique yet and with some good coaching could be a beast? That's Jason Owe. Greg Rousseau does not have bend. He doesn't get around the edge. He doesn't have great agility or speed.
Tackle.
He doesn't have any moves whatsoever, and he doesn't have enough play strength to play on the interior defensive line.
Pat, am I wrong, though? The man got all his sacks on the inside.
You want to talk about physical gifts? That's Jason Owe. That is not Greg Rousseau.
Mm-hmm. And that's part of the reason I like Owe. I know Tanner was asking earlier about, Owe. Part of the reason I like him is because, like, in my opinion, I could see just a lot of potential in him. Of course, he's going to be a complete definition of a project player. But, I mean, we talk about our Penn State connections all the time. I think this is one of the teams that could succeed with him.
Yeah, don't be
in the chat says watch us
there in the second round. The Giants don't pick him.
Oh, if he's there in the second round due to the connections and his upside and the fact that we've heard that they may be impressed with him, I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Giants took him. I'd be a little surprised if we traded up for Jason Owe. Because he's a project.
It's worth a trade up because he's an absolute project.
But I would not be surprised if we took him at 42.
I would say,
thank you very much.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, no. I just want to, before I lose him. He says, draft trash to take Jones's job. And Mr. Pilot says, Waddle, Wyatt Davis, Weaver, Sermon in that order. A lot of people like Trey Sermon, the running back. Let's go, Big Blue Doge to the moon. And Taco says, trade up for edge even if we draft Parsons. No, in that scenario, I don't think I would. I think when I talk about potentially trading up for an edge, I think it would be if we took an offensive lineman or a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I personally, when we just a second ago talked about that, I honestly am kind of the reverse. I definitely could see us trading up for OA. I don't know that I would. Personally, I just don't think there's a scenario in this draft where I would trade up, period. Barring just a stupid fall, like just something utterly ridiculous.
I'll give you one that's like semi-realistic. Because I do think he fits our defense so well. Let's say we go, I don't know, Rashawn Slater at 11.
Sure.
And let's say Azeez Ojulari's there at 29. You see him trading up then?
Yeah.
I could definitely see it. Yeah. I can definitely see them doing that. But my thing here is that I just can't justify trading up, barring an unbelievable talent falling down, an unbelievable prospect falling way down. And Azeez is bordering on that, I guess. But I think when you have 6 picks in a draft and you just don't have that kind of capital, I can't justify trading up very far.
Fair. John says first Waddle, second Cox, third Mayfield, fourth. Everybody likes Sermon. We'll talk about Sermon
that much.
We're up down to the third round. We went linebacker. We went interior offensive line. So here, let's talk about the needs first, then we'll jump into the players. I think here you could go a lot of ways here. Obviously the first thing I think about is wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
You could go corner. You could use depth at the corner. You could go edge.
Yeah. Did Quincy Roche go already?
Let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look at the edge. All right. Best available edge right now, at least according to
Joe Tryon is still there?
I love Joe Tryon. Oh, I love Joe Tryon.
You gotta take Joe Tryon right
We're taking Joe Tryon. Joe Tryon.
No, wait. You gotta check, see which wide receivers are available. Don't jump on Tryon now.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we got to do the due diligence.
Only way I'm going to Nico Collins is there.
All right. Best wide receiver. Jalen Darden I really like, but not here. No, not here.
None of these guys are worth a third.
Nico Collins.
And Nico Collins is like he can fall again to the next round.
We're going.
For me, Nico Collins.
We got to go Tryon.
I don't want Nico Collins nearly as much now that we have Kenny Golladay. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense there.
Yes,
Joe Tryon to me is a perfect fit for this defense.
Yeah, good fit. Good value here, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of those guys, I'm not saying he's on the level of, away, but he's one of those guys that really has the physical abilities to really be something special in the NFL if he's coached up properly. And I think he fits the scheme. So I like Joe Tryon here to the Giants in the third round. I think that's a slam dunk.
By
really
the way,
good value, too.
Kush, we were talking about this briefly a second ago. Since I am not seeing him, and I didn't see him go when Chris was scrolling, I have a bad feeling Tamorrion Terry is about to get disrespected again.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was looking for Terry.
Oh, he goes like 7th round in these.
So I was literally going to say Terry should be our 4th round pick if he's still on the board.
All right, let's go receiver here in the
yeah.
If Terry's
scroll until he's
before we say we're definitely going receiver, let's look. Maybe there's an interior defensive lineman we were like. Maybe there's a corner. Let's look.
I mean, receivers are our biggest need still that we haven't.
All right, let's look at receiver. Let's just look at the best available, and then we'll go specifically to receiver.
Sure.
Josh Palmer,
Cade Johnson is
one guy I want to make note of, and I talked about him in my mock draft. And I don't know if you guys know a lot about him. I mocked him to us in the 4th round. Right there, Milton Williams, interior defensive lineman out of Louisiana Tech. I don't think he's going to be there in the 4th round. I think he goes 3rd.
He's actually pretty good.
He had 4.5 sacks last year. He had the fastest 3-cone drill in the history. Again, it's a pro day, so it's not official like the combine. But he had the fastest.
Is absolutely correct in the chat right now. By the way, he says Terry is better than any receiver on the board.
Yeah, I agree. I will say on Milton, I do know about him. I don't know too much about him. I do like him. But the thing is, for me personally, I'm not really looking to take any defensive linemen. We have so many defensive linemen on the squad right now.
I agree for sure that wide receiver is our biggest need here.
Also,
no, I meant like in the draft as a whole. I'm not taking any defensive linemen. If we list it off, right? We got We got Dexter Lawrence, B.J. Hill,
Cornell-
Johnson,
193.
all of these guys.
Oh,
You got to take them.
Cornell
Yeah.
Powell's an interesting receiver as well.
I'm just curious. I want to look at the running back rankings as well. Just because I know this is a spot where we could take a running back in the
get
fourth.
rid of the receivers.
6 is a sweet
just
spot
easier
for
if you-
RB2.
Yeah, there you go.
Khalil Herbert's a guy I like. I don't know if you guys know a lot
Williams
about
Khalil
him.
Herbert is a very nice running back. I like.
I love
really
Elijah
good,
Mitchell.
too.
Elijah Mitchell is
I
nice.
love Elijah Mitchell.
But one guy I really, you said it. Elijah Mitchell, and he's got ties to our offensive line coach.
Mm-hmm.
But you might be able to get him in the 6th.
That's why I'm like 6 might be the sweet spot.
Yeah, none of these guys are picks here, but
So you like Terry here?
man,
Terry
should
gets so
not be
disrespected.
here. This is just ridiculous,
Yeah.
man.
I
And the
believe
fact is,
Tamori
we
and
could-
Terry.
Yeah,
with
we could wait 2 more
Galladay-
rounds in this simulator and still get him, which is just stupid.
I don't
Tamori and
think that
Terry is an
happens,
absolute freak. And this happens in every simulator. It happens in every mock draft.
Well,
This
that's why
man
you
gets
can't go by the
disrespected.
simulators. Last year they did the same thing, and there were several players.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, my God,
He
it's
fills
ridiculous.
2 roles for us. He fills the bigger receiver and he fills the speed factor. That guy
Exactly.
is a legit 4'3", low 4'3" guy at 6'5".
Exactly.
It's dumb as
crazy.
hell. It's
We
dumb
took
as
him.
hell. Thank you.
I
Shahid,
don't
thank you very
know
much.
why they're not these simulators. The big boards are just disrespecting them. It makes no sense.
I mean, people that know me have known for a long time that I've been talking about this dude, and for the longest time he has continued to get disrespected, and I don't understand why.
Man, I got a whole film study on the guy.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. He
See,
stacks on corners so effortlessly. It's
Shahid
unbelievable.
says, don't understand people's love affair with Oweh. All the athleticism in the world and 0 sacks. Rousseau's better.
that's the
I
whole
like
decision
Oweh
making.
better than Rousseau because I could teach Oweh a lot.
Exactly.
That guy.
Exactly.
It's more like his body could actually learn it, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Like I don't really think he's really been
Mitchell.
taught because of line.
Chris, it's
movement.
got to be Mitchell.
Hey, Pat, weren't you getting on me the last stream we were in for saying I would have taken Oweh over Russo?
Chris,
No.
it's got to be Mitchell here,
I'm
bro.
with you. I just want to look
Ronnie
over all of them.
Perkins.
I think we're taking Mitchell here. I think running back is a need. I'd like to take one in this draft. I just want to make note of Vermonte Stevenson. I know a lot of Giants fans bring him up because he's big. You know, we all like that big thumper, Brandon Jacobs. I feel like, that would be a nice fit. But I watched Ramondre Stevenson. I'm not impressed with that guy. To me, he dances. He doesn't hit the hole.
Right.
He seems slow on tape. I'm not a fan of Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
We
And
all
by the
gotta
way,
know that
before you-
Brandon Jacobs wasn't normal.
Yeah.
When he came out, Brandon Jacobs was not normal.
Yeah. By the way, before you pick Mitchell here, can you just show the overall board? Real quick?
Oh, you mean everybody? You mean best
Yeah.
available and everything? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Just
get rid of the running back.
and it'll pop
And
up.
on what you were saying, Chris, with the big thumper, Stevenson is one of them. Another one is what's his Mitchell's running back mate, because Mitchell was in the
Scroll
committee
over.
at Louisiana. Trey Ragas, he's another big dude as well.
You want me to keep going?
Nope. All right, that's enough.
Take it, Chef.
I believe the running back for Virginia Tech can fill that role. He's actually a bigger guy, but has speed on him. It can hit the hole.
And he's a good pass catcher.
Yeah, I believe he's perfect for her.
We did take Mitchell there, which I like. I like him a lot, actually.
Real quick, I want to say Leon Adam, Warren Jackson. I know who you're talking about, bro. I mocked him to us in my second mock draft in the 6th round. I love Warren Jackson. Absolute
That's a-
massive human being.
Yeah, the defensive tackle from
No,
Florida.
he's a wide receiver out of Colorado State.
Warren Jackson. I'm tripping.
Yeah, 6'6", 215.
6'6". He's
Love
huge.
that dude.
Keep
Who do you
scrolling
guys, who do
a
you
little
guys
bit
like
further.
here for this last pick? For me, okay, I'm just talking about position here.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at our draft. How do I
None,
see that?
none of these guys on the board are really sticking out to me. Yeah, sorry, that sounds stupid.
KJ
around Ray.
Stevenson is a burner.
I have a feeling that this is something where PFF's board is screwing us over. We're gonna scroll through the mock draft at the end and see. Oh my God, he was still there. Patrick Jones.
Why is
Yeah,
Patrick
He's still.
Jones ranked?
That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
That's what I'm talking about
That's
here.
ridiculously stupid.
This is why you
207?
scroll all the way down the board with these.
Jesus.
Lenore is
Christ.
still
Talk about
there.
disrespect, man.
That is absolutely nuts. Why is
Lenore is still there. Patrick
Patrick
Jones
Jones
is
is
still
a
there.
legit,
Jamar
like,
Jefferson is still
Fourth,
there.
third round guy, man.
Let's just take Patrick Jones, but he's not going to be there.
Oh hell no!
Did we take
anyway.
we took an edge, didn't we? Did we take an edge?
Yeah, but who are you going to take over Patrick Jones?
No, I'm just asking. Did we take an edge?
Yes, we did.
Who was it again?
I think we did. We took maybe we
took Tryon. We took Tryon.
Yeah, we took Tryon in the third.
Yeah, Joe Tryon.
But yeah, no, if Patrick Jones is there, we shouldn't be. I mean, yeah.
All right, let's take a quick look at our draft. I think this next one, we'll do the first 2 picks for the Giants.
All right, sure.
We'll do all
stupid C+ for those 3 moves.
Oh,
Right, that's crazy.
Creed Humphrey
Jesus
in the
Christ.
second round gets a C+.
PFF.
Wow.
We'll try it in the 3rd round, gets a C+.
Tamori and Terry in the 4th gets. Oh,
Well,
man.
that because they had him ranked so low.
Oh, this draft. Oh man.
So I figure what we'll do here is we'll do a complete first round, and then we'll do it all the way up to the Giants' 2nd pick,
Sure.
Okay.
and we'll make all the picks, and then we'll stop it there because we're not doing
Yeah.
Cole, man, thank you very much, man. Chris is the best Giants. I appreciate that, Cole. No, and Michael says, "What's your guys' thoughts on Cameron Sample out of Tulane?" And I don't know much about
very
him.
much, to be honest with you.
I haven't watched him, but I've heard good things about him as a mid-round guy. I think he's an edge, right? I'm pretty sure he's an edge.
I feel like I've heard his name, but I don't
heard
know
his
a whole lot
name.
about him.
Are we going in the order that we listed here, Chris?
Yeah. Well, I don't even know what order we're in because I'm looking at the mock draft. But let's do it right now. I'll go first.
So right now,
guys, who wants to go second? Nate.
What? Yeah, what I meant is like the order that we're like
top
stacked
to bottom
in terms
on
of
the stream
cameras.
is you, me, Kush, Pat.
Okay.
So let's just go by that. It'll make
We'll go by that.
Make some good sense.
We'll do 2 rounds. I slowed down the speed a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll make it slow. That way we can analyze it as
doesn't
it's
matter
happening.
because we're making.
Yeah, we're making each
Oh yeah,
pick.
what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, there's an actual clock for this one. You got like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 2 minutes. That's what it is.
John says PFF sucks every year. You should use PFN Simulator. We'll do that with the next one. Then we'll switch over to that after this.
We were talking before the stream about this. If y'all don't like this board, PFN is gonna rock your world, man.
The thing about PFN is that it's a great simulator. It's just their big board sucks.
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal.
And Junie, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I appreciate it. Okay, first pick. I mean, I think this is fairly obvious. I think Mac Jones, right?
Yeah,
Of course.
I mean,
Picks are very obvious.
I mean, I will say
I would
it's a little
disagree.
tough
Trey
to pass
Lance,
on
bro.
Kellen Mond here at the first pick, but to each their own.
bro,
Obviously, quarterback
Sam
ranking is very
Ehlinger, bro.
subjective.
Nate, you're
so.
tripping. Sam Ellinger, quarterback 1, bro.
There's a fair argument to be made there, and I will take Zach Wilson at 2.
Zach Wilson going 2. All right, so we got so far Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, pretty cut and dry there. So
for me,
now before you make the pick,
yeah,
this is not what you would do. This is what you think the 49ers are going to do.
Important distinction.
Mhm.
oh, okay, bet. Let me get Mac Jones. I'm kidding. Let me get Justin Fields. There's no way they're not taking
You
Fields.
still you don't think there's any
No.
any?
I
Don't
think that
please
Mac Jones is a smoke screen, even though
And
I
I'm a-
agree with you that I would prefer Lance or Fields,
Yeah.
but they
No,
might go
look-
Mac Jones.
Here's my thing, right? And I'm actually a big Mac Jones fan. Nate and Pat could attest to this. I like Mac Jones more than a lot of people do.
It's a whole thing.
But no, I think it is legitimately a smokescreen. I think Fields fits their offense, the Kyle Shanahan offense, better than Mac Jones does. And I
So
think
well.
it's legitimately. I don't know why it's a smokescreen. Maybe they fear
It doesn't
somebody
make
trade.
sense
I don't know.
to be a
But
smoke
Fields
screen
fits them,
because
bro.
Nobody's gonna be able to jump them to take them.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go Fields. We'll go Fields. John, thank you so much. Great support of the channel. She says, what do you think about Andrew Jenkins, BYU linebacker?
Y'all are
And he-
going deep in this draft.
I
am
haven't heard
not
of him.
sure
I think
who
you might
that
have
is.
missed. Did you get Judy Gyllenhaal, Chris?
Yeah, I did. He just gave me a
Okay.
$5 donation. I said thank you very much, Junie. I'm gonna be. I've heard the name, Jai. I'm gonna be. I will look into him.
Yeah.
I know you're always in my.
Listen, whenever people say new names on these drafts, I always say, hey, I will look at him later, but I have no clue who that is.
I've heard the name, and it's probably just because I've done these mocks and I've seen his name. I do these like all day when I'm bored, but it will be a guy that I look into. But I don't want to lie to you and tell you it's somebody I've looked into. I've not. looked
Right,
into.
yeah.
So who's on the Pat's on the board with the Falcons?
Yeah, see the Falcons, they could go a couple of different things here. They can actually go cornerback. I believe it's a little too high for a cornerback right here.
Mm.
They can actually throw a wrench in the draft and go Penny Sewell.
They could trade too.
Yeah, they could trade, which I would think they would do. But if they have to make a pick,
Now
If
there's
they-
trades available by the way, before you make the pick.
Ooh, that's a nice one with the Lions. That's not bad.
Yeah, I will take the trade with the Lions.
What are they giving?
Oh, for some reason, I don't know. Let's just. You want to trade down with the Lions?
Yeah, I would trade down with the Lions if I was the Falcons.
But before we do that, why would the Lions trade up? I don't feel like that's realistic.
So this is a weird.
That's
thing.
true too, because I forgot they got Jared Goff back in that trade, so they wouldn't
Yeah,
trade up for
so
a quarterback. Just give
I'm
him Penny
still-
Sewell.
sorry.
Give him Penny Sewell.
Ooh, you throwing a wrench in the draft, eh?
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
give
still
him
trying to
Penny
figure out
Sewell.
what this trade mechanic.
Because I
that they've got
believe the
going on here
Falcons,
is.
out of the quarterbacks, they like Justin Fields the most. And if Justin Fields was there, I believe they would take him. But since the 49ers jumped him and took him, I think they throw a wrench in the draft and go ahead and just protect Matt Ryan a little bit more to see if he can get those weapons the ball.
All right, they're saying the arrow down. I'm looking for an arrow down. I don't see an arrow down.
I think you just click the Carolina Panthers name, I think.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. For future notice, that's okay. Thank you guys for letting me know. Like I said, I always do it on the phone. Okay,
All right.
Cincinnati's on the clock here. I'm up. I would have had Penny Sewell. Here, and to me, it's one of two players here. One of three players. I guess I could see Pitts, but it's either going to be Jamar Chase or it's going to be Rashawn Slater. I think that's the two obvious picks here for the Bengals. They need to protect Joe Burrow. Obviously, Chase, a former teammate. They have some good wide receivers there to begin with Boyd and Higgins. But in the end, if Penei Sewell is off the board, I do think Cincinnati would take Jamar Chase. So I'm going to go Jamar Chase to Cincinnati.
The reunion of the ages.
And I think
Yeah,
Nate's
okay.
up.
Yep, it's me. I'm gonna just stick with the pick I've been making for the Dolphins since I just started doing mock drafts, which is Jalen Waddle. I think it just makes too much sense. Tua Tagovailoa is a quarterback that needs separators. His biggest problem was that his fit in the offense was difficult because Tua Tagovailoa does not like to throw go up and get it jump balls, which is pretty much exclusively the archetype of receiver that Miami had. So if he can get a separator, a guy to give him open, easy throws, and it can be a teammate at Alabama, that just feels like a good fit. I take Jalen Waddle there. Devonta Smith also very much on the board. But I'd take Jalen Waddle just because I personally would, in any given situation, take Waddle over Smith.
I'm with you on Waddle, by the way. I think Waddle's fantastic.
Remember,
I
they got Will
completely
Fuller.
agree with everything that Nate said. And with that being said, Devontae Smith goes to Detroit.
And it should be said, personally, just for clarity, I think Devonta Smith is a better receiver than Jalen Waddle. But I would take Waddle over him simply because I am nervous about the weight concerns. I think it's a legitimate thing to be concerned about. People love to throw out these names of receivers that have played light, receivers that have played skinny. Those are the exceptions, not the rule. So it is a legitimate concern there. And if you want to talk about him, hey, put on weight, that's going to take off a little bit of speed. These are important things to think about. So Devonta Smith does come with a little more risk than I think Jalen Waddle comes with.
And that brings
I
up.
don't understand that because people like Marvin Harrison played in the league and Hall of
Again,
Fame.
exception, not the rule.
Hey, with the Panthers though,
Are you entertaining Pitts?
Yeah, I think it's Pitts. I think it's
yeah.
Pitts here, right?
I think it's got to be.
Yeah, I guess you could go Slater. They don't have a great offensive line, but I think it's Pitts, right?
they go Pitts.
Yeah, you could also go Lance, but there's no real reason to.
Yeah, you just traded for Sam Darnold.
Right, yeah, but a lot of Panthers fans are saying, yeah, let Sam Darnold be the new bridge once you've gotten rid of Teddy Bridgewater. I don't see the logic there. I'm just saying it's something they've discussed, which is whatever.
I think
All right,
there's an
I'm on the
obvious
board.
pick here, Tanner.
I'm on the board here. Okay, so
Yeah.
all right, for me, there's two guys here that I'm thinking it's the top two guys at the board for Denver. Either Micah Parsons or Trey Lance. I think that if I'm them, I'm not sold on Drew Lock. I'm not even close to sold on Drew Lock. You don't have a lot of money committed to him. He's a former second-round pick. And Trey Lance, to me, and maybe you guys disagree with me, and I know he's a project, but if Trey Lance gets put in the right situation, that guy has upside. And you're playing in the thin air in Denver. That guy's got a cannon. He could run. I'm a fan of Lance. I don't know if he'll succeed in Denver. Their offensive line isn't terrific, but they got some pretty good weapons already. I got Lance going to Denver. If he's there, I think they go quarterback.
I think Lance is overrated, but I definitely see the logic of taking him for Denver. I definitely see that. And with that being said, for the Cowboys, it's going to be Patrick Surtain, no doubt.
Patrick Surtain, I like it.
Easy pick.
Yeah.
And
New
that
York
leaves
Giants.
a nice, easy pick for Chris.
Yes, for the Giants.
You're
It's
welcome.
not gonna happen in real
Before
life. 'Cause
you
this
pick,
man
by the
is
way.
going in top 10, bro.
Before you pick, by the way, if this happens on draft night, not every Giants fan, because there's going to be some Giants fans that want the wide receiver, they want the tight end. If this scenario happens on draft night and Micah Parsons and Rashawn Slater are on the board,
It's
I'm gonna be
literally
happy.
a repeat of Simmons. And
I'm going to be happier than a pig in shit. Because no matter what they do here, I'll be ecstatic if they take one of those two players.
It's literally a repeat of Simmons and Thomas for me, but not. I mean, Slater. First of all, I love Slater. I think he's the pick if he's there. It's just I really think this man's going top 10, but it's no brainer for me. It's Rashawn Slater here, 11.
Over
and I think one thing
Yeah.
that I've said before is that I agree. I don't see Slater being there at 11, which is something a lot of Giants fans are taking for granted. A lot of them love to say, "Oh, we got to take Slater. We got to take Slater." We might not even be able to. But I will say, all it takes is one guy in Cincinnati getting fired, and then all of a sudden he could very easily drop to 11.
Yep.
So we'll see.
I like the pick. I would have been happy with either one. I like the pick, though. I think Slater obviously capable of playing the guard, and you could always move him over to the tackle, or he may be your starting tackle if you feel like Parrott isn't ready. The most technically skilled offensive lineman in this draft by most accounts. I like the pick. I'm with you on
And
that.
to speak briefly on that with Slater, you did talk about him being able to play guard. For me, I think we've discussed a lot. Would he play guard? Would he play tackle? Where's he going to go? We've talked on a bunch of different live streams about this. For me, I think the most important thing to remember here is that we have an offensive line that lacks consistency. And when that's your biggest thing, I think the most important thing is to get good offensive linemen in there that are going to be steady. And Rashawn Slater is, if there's one thing he is, it's steady. He's solid. He's not going to get burned much. If you play him at guard, if you play him at tackle, wherever, he's going to bring some nice steadiness to the line.
And if
when
Slater
you have
does
volatile
somehow,
young talents like Matt Pert and like Shane Lemieux, that's something they desperately need.
and if Slater somehow does make it to us at 11 and we take him, I'm not saying put him in guard. I'm not saying put him in tackle. I'm saying, listen, you got the entire offseason to figure out where he fits at what position in which lineup. Because I mean, if the lineup is him at guard, Pierce at at tackle, or like him at guard, and for some reason Hernandez is not the other guard, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by whatever position in whichever lineup works the best. You got the entire offseason to figure that out.
I just want to read this. I got a question from Max. Thank you so much, Max. He says, is it debatable Slater is the number one offensive tackle in this draft class?
No.
Personally, no. It's Sewell. I would say no.
I
think Sewell's upside is just too high.
I think there's an argument to be made. I wouldn't say it's a particularly good one, but it's not like you're arguing something ridiculous like I don't know, Terrace Marshall over Jamar Chase. There is an argument to be made for it. It's just not really a strong one.
To me, it's kind of the same argument last year with Wills over Thomas or Wills over Wirfs or whatever. Wills was the most technically advanced. He was the most pro-ready by a lot of people's, by what most scouts had to say. But in terms of the upside, I think Penei Sewell's upside is much higher than Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, oh yeah, by far.
Penei Sewell's upside is ridiculous. I will tell you this: Slater has some issues that are alarming.
What's that, Pat?
On tape, he has some issues that are alarming. A lot of people look at the tape that he did with Chase Young. That's great, but if you start looking at all his tape, his arms are very short.
So are Sewell's, though. They're both short.
But Sewell has punch.
Yes, he does.
Sewell's a legit monster with his strength.
Slater does not punch. He places, and he plays with his head down. That reminds you of somebody else that we drafted high at tackle, Eric Flowers.
Yeah. I think he's better than Flowers. He's better than
Flowers. I'll give him that. But
you better give him that if we're taking him in the first round, Pat.
I'm telling you, there is a chance that this guy cannot work out. But it's just technique. I believe he can be taught, but he plays with his head down. And if you watch his film, he was getting beat by little guys that should never come even close to beating him with swim moves because he didn't have punch. And since his arms are shorter, you have to have a quicker punch than most linemen, and you can't play with your head down because you can't see which move is coming. If he played Chase Young right now, Chase Young will absolutely destroy him right now.
Two things I want to say here. One of them is
learned with Washington.
Yeah, one of them is to the chat, which is Pat is not saying Rashawn Slater is a bad player. This goes back to what Nate was saying earlier. If we're listening positives or negatives about a player, it doesn't mean we don't want or not want them. He's just pointing out there's flaws. And the second thing, I love that second Chase Young comment because one of my hot takes all year has been Andrew Thomas is better than every single one of the tackles in this year's class. I do believe it. And people are saying, if Slater comes in, he's, automatically tackle number one. I'm like, nah, Thomas is that dude.
He might not even make a tackle, period. I believe Pert would be a better right tackle. I want Slater in at guard.
And now,
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Nate. Go ahead.
I think there's a fair argument to be made that any of the. I want to be careful how I phrase this. I think my 3 favorite offensive linemen in this class could all very easily be guards instead of tackles in the NFL. Those 3 being Sewell, Slater, and Jenkins, because all 3 of them have shorter arms. Tevin Jenkins actually has the best argument to be a tackle out of any of them, even despite his shorter arms. But they all lack the length of an NFL tackle, arguably. They all have some of those same things we're talking about here. So it's an interesting concept here with some of the best offensive linemen being probably position switches once they enter the league.
Pat, you're on the clock, my man.
Oh,
and you get to pick for everybody's favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
The 20-0 Eagles.
Are we going to say what they would do or what I would do?
No, what you think they would do in this spot? You want to see the names or you're good?
What they would do in this spot, go down. I believe they take Owusu right here.
Really? Because me personally,
I
think they're going Parsons here.
JOK over Parsons, bro?
If Parsons makes it past us, there's a character issue. I don't believe he'll be picked.
Oh, Pat is thinking next level.
Oh, okay.
Right
so
now.
you're taking it to that next level. So okay. So the only reason you're taking JOK here is because you think Parsons got it. Okay.
Came out and it's totally trashed his stock, and I believe he falls.
Which, by the way, there's been grimy rumors saying that they're gonna release more quote unquote information on draft night.
That. Come on.
And I just want to read this. John, man, thank you very much. I like Slater, but this year's draft is stacked with offensive line. You won't get the same value as a player like Parsons in the second round. I see the Giants taking Parsons over offensive line. You might, John, in terms of a player, I tend to agree with you. I think if the character concerns check out, I think we would take Parsons if he was there. I think Parsons is top 5 talent in this draft, just based on talent.
Another person you took him over, Pat, was also Horn.
Hey, J.C. Horn?
Yeah.
I don't hate the J.C. Horn thing nearly as much as the Parsons thing.
This pick to me is easy. I'm maybe not necessarily the player, but the position.
Sure.
Tackle for the Chargers. They need an offensive lineman.
You got to go the best pass protector in the draft, right?
All right, what'd you say?
You got to go the best pass protector in the draft, right?
Who's that for you?
Darisaw.
Darisaw is good. I think it's either Vera Tucker or Darisaw here. That's probably what you're going. Kevin Jenkins is moving up a lot too, but yeah, we'll go with Darisaw. You go either one here. We'll go with Darisaw. I like Darisaw here. He's being mocked a lot to the Chargers.
Darisaw to the Chargers is like that pick that just makes sense. Made in heaven.
I like Jenkins better than Darisaw as a prospect, but Darisaw just for the pure pass blocking ability.
Vikings on the clock, Hub.
That is me, and I'm going Quiddy Pay. I think that's another match made in heaven for the Vikings. I don't know.
Did I get skipped here? I think I did.
Oh, you did.
It's fine. I'll take Patriots. We can swap here.
Unless you
Coach, take. You already made your pick.
No, because I want to take somebody for the Pats.
Oh,
so you could go.
Would you go ahead, Nate? You're on the clock. Would you take Quiddy Pay or would you take somebody else?
I'd probably take Quiddy Pay, but I don't want to. The thing is, I don't want to steal Hub's pick here.
That's not stealing. It's just great minds to think alike, bro.
Whatever.
What he paid to the Vikings is absolutely nice.
Yeah,
it's gotta be. They're building another monster defensive line now.
And then now for the Patriots, I'm taking Micah Parsons. I don't know how he's here, but the Patriots
over Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with this. 100%.
Even with the character concerns thing, because that was factored in here.
It is factored in. We've seen Belichick do this before, though.
Okay. Micah Parsons to the Pats.
100%.
Well, that means.
And remember, I am a big Mac Jones fan, so it hurt me to do that.
AC Horn to the Cardinals. That's an obvious.
Yep.
JC Horn. I don't know why I keep saying AC. JC Horn to the
Slam
Cardinals.
dunk.
That's an obvious pick.
Raiders are tough for me. I know a lot of people go defense for the Raiders, but they lost 3 linemen to free agency.
Creed is on the board here.
You think they reach for Creed at 17?
I wouldn't go there primarily, but he's on the board, is what I'd say.
I think they go Vera Tucker here.
They lost
Very
it for me,
possible.
and I know a lot of people early on had them going defense a lot here, but with all the linemen they lost,
Nate, do you see the private chat?
Yeah, that's I saw.
I don't see the private chat. You guys are just
Yes,
talking
whatever.
behind my back. I'm gonna go Vera Tucker here. I like O-line here for the Raiders.
See, this is usually a Wusu for me to the Raiders because he's not usually gone. All right. For the Dolphins, remind me what we gave them earlier with their first pick?
Chase. No, not
Chase?
Chase.
Okay.
He didn't
No,
get Chase.
I took Waddle with them. my
Yeah, you
bad.
took Waddle.
Okay, so then, oh man, is somehow Tevin Jenkins still on the board? Yeah, that's got to be the pick here.
And
Tevin
I'm at
Jenkins.
19, and I
I
told
see
Nate in
I
the
see a lot
chat-
of people in the chat. You know what
Yeah.
we're gonna do next time? We're gonna let the chat make a pick every 5th pick.
Sure.
We're
Sure.
gonna let the chat make a pick every 5th pick. 'Cause
Tevin Jenkins has to be off the board here.
like Tevin Jenkins here to wow, a lot of linemen going.
Yeah, Tevin Jenkins.
I mean,
has to
linemen
be
are
the
a
pick.
premium. They are a premium.
Yeah, there he is.
All
But
right.
yeah, I was smiling since my last pick with the Patriots because I planned this out in my head. I was thinking 40 chess. I'm like, I'm gonna give Pats,
Why
Micah
would you
Parsons,
why would you give them Mac Jones?
and I'm giving Washington Mac Jones. Listen, I'm a big Mac Jones fan. I think this man could succeed, and if he goes to Washington, he's gonna be great.
What
He's
is it
gonna be
about Mac
amazing.
Jones that you love so much?
I don't
What is
know.
it about him that
Like,
you
what
don't
is he?
love?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Him and KB, man, they're in love with him.
Listen,
I
bro,
don't
it's
get
not
it.
like I'm
What-
saying he's the number one
Can you
quarterback
tell?
or anything.
Can you tell me
You know what?
what jumps?
You know
off
what? One of
screen
the
about
biggest
you about
reasons
Mac
I love
Jones?
Mac Jones so much, Pat, is because of how many
Is it
people
because
don't
he's the
love him.
underdog? Is it
Yeah,
because
it's
he's the
kind of like a
underdog?
Daniel Jones thing, but no, he's
Oh,
legitimately
come
a good
on.
quarterback. Are you kidding me? Look at the passes, and I know people are gonna say, "Oh yeah, he had a lot of help at Bama." Nobody said that last year about Tua, and this is not even that much of a
I
hot
said
take
it
anymore.
about Tua.
Yeah, I think
Mac
a
Jones
lot
is
of
better
us
than
said it
Tua.
about Tua.
I'm gonna say that the players agree with you with that take as well.
Yeah,
that Jones
I
is
think he's better
Tua.
than Tua, but that's not a high bar to me as a prospect. I didn't really like Tua. With Mac
either.
Jones, we've had this argument before, Kush, on stream. We've talked about this. I just don't see much in Mac Jones from an upside perspective. He
That's why
doesn't
I'm like,
have
if he
much arm
goes to the
talent.
right team, and I think Washington is one of those right
But
teams. where he can
here's my
succeed.
question for you, Hub. Here's my question for you, Hub.
Yeah.
If you think Washington is one of the right team, why are you manipulating it for Washington to get them? We're Giants fans.
Because I'm not scared of Washington no matter who they get.
You're
Until
killing me,
Washington-
man.
Until Washington could
that's
beat me,
honest.
Tana, listen to this. Until Washington actually beats me, I'm not scared of them. They can get Trevor Lawrence and they're still
That
not beating
is
us.
so cocky. I can't. Come
I'm
on.
sorry.
Who's
We
up now?
own
I would
Washington.
actually
bro.
prefer them to get Mac Jones.
Who's up now?
Yeah, I'm not
I
nervous
would
about a
have
Mac
Mac
Jones pick
Jones.
to them at
Listen,
all.
and to thing on the Washington thing, I don't know. I think somebody said it earlier in the super chat. They're a bit overrated. I kind of agree with that. They're a little bit overrated. That's just me. But like, yo, they've had the same defensive line for years, with the exception of Chase Young, and we've always dominated against them in the run and pass game. Like, that's really all they got to their name. Yeah, their secondary improved a bit.
Well,
Saquon's coming back. I'm really not scared of Washington, man.
it's fair to say that a coaching change to a defensive mind like Ron Rivera, and then also adding a premium piece like Chase Young to help that line gel, and pieces like Montez Sweat developing even further, that
we
makes
not
a
sweep
difference,
them?
Hub.
Did we
What?
not sweep them this
No,
past year?
we did. I'm just saying, if you're going to be as cocky as to say, I'm not scared of them no matter what until they beat me, that's
I don't
pushing
think
it a
that's
little.
not fair to say. Until they beat me, I'm not
believe
scared
that's
of them.
Absolutely fair.
Like, I think it's pretty fair to say until you beat me, I'm not. Because
Only thing-
guess
only-
what? I hate Eagles fans, but I respected them when they said until you beat me, I'm not scared of you. Because I'm like, you know what? You're right. You had our number for years.
All right, let's get to let me read this real quick, and we're gonna get to 20. Big Blue Center, man, thank you very much. I want Slater, but my gut is telling me Ojulari plus the Giants have been in love with Georgia's play. Yeah, well, he fits the scheme. My gut's starting to tell me Ojulari, but I'm hoping in a trade down scenario. If they're going edge, I think it's going to be Ojulari for the Giants. Dylan, man, thank you very much. Just Hub, I'm the biggest Bama fan ever. Take away Waddle and Smith, and he's average. Two can have the third and fourth string, and would put up the same numbers.
Here's my response to that, and I'm going to keep saying is because I'm not saying he's going to be great anywhere. He's going to be great only some places. And luckily, Washington has a good receiving core right now and a pretty good tight end, so he's going to be fine there.
Pat, you're up, my man. Chicago.
Please let Mac Jones go to Washington.
And Pat, this has got to be got to be one pick right here, man.
Rashad Bateman right here.
There
man.
you go, bro.
Chicago gets that 1-2 punch they need, man. Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman to the Bears. Bears need offensive line help as well, but a lot of linemen are already off the board. I like that pick.
Exactly.
Colts, they need an edge, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
They need an edge.
They have Elijah Moore ranked 22nd.
How about Jalen Phillips? How about Jalen
That's
Phillips
a good
here?
pick.
I
Taken away from me, which
want to roll
pisses me
the dice
off.
on him.
Oh, we could go. It's either Ojulari or Phillips here.
Ojulari.
I think I'm going to go Ojulari, actually.
Whichever one you don't take, I'm going to take with the next pick. So
I'm going Ojulari. Ojulari to the Colts.
Aziz, I love him so much.
And
Man.
Jalen Phillips to the Titans now. So don't think about it too much, Chris. Don't have Jalen Phillips' wallet on your conscience. He's fine.
They're both good.
We gave them their quarterback earlier. Scroll down the board. Let me see who's here.
We got Christian Barmore, Newsome, Moore, Farley, Jason Owe, Harris Marshall, Asante Samuel Jr., Rondelle Moore.
I'm not seeing the guy I want to take. I want
There's Tony.
Running back.
Who do you want?
I want Najee Harris, but I'm not seeing Najee Harris.
We didn't take him yet, so he's there somewhere.
They have him
running
below
back.
Devonte Williams?
You want Najee Harris?
We must have scrolled past him.
Crazy. We must have scrolled past him.
Let me just go to running back.
They have him below Javonte Williams, guys.
No way.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes,
That's crazy.
That's what you want?
That hurts my heart.
They got Travis Etienne. They got Etienne below him, too.
That's crazy.
No, Najee Harris is running back number 1, man. It ain't close.
And people ask why I hate PFF.
So Najee Harris goes to the Jets. Taco Man, it says, my gut is Parsons, and he will always be Parsons. Let's go, John.
Man, I get heated when people say that Travis Etienne is over Najee Harris, and they're going to tell me that, Javonte Williams, really?
See, if I was a Jets fan, and I don't hate the Najee Harris pick there. You're helping out your young quarterback. You're getting him another weapon. You've started to buff up that offensive line. I don't hate that pick. If I was a Jets fan there, I might go edge, but I don't know. I don't know what edges were there. I feel like
I'm not sure anything more worth that pick.
I was considering the second thing I was considering was O-line. Edge kind of slipped my mind. I might go edge maybe in the second or third, but O-line was my second thing I was considering. But I was going with the same logic that the Bears went with earlier, which is quite a bit of O-line went already. We'll take our chances in the second round.
Now to the Steelers, I think I know who's up.
That's me. I'm gonna do a surprise for you.
Easy.
I think I know who you're gonna pick. Can I guess who you're gonna pick?
Go ahead.
Creed Humphrey.
It's gotta be.
I just said it. Yeah,
It's
Creed
gotta
Humphrey.
be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the best pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I am
It has
lockstep with you. I think it's a center here. Whether it's Creed Humphrey, whether it's Dickerson, whether it's somebody else, but
They had Humphrey ranked at 62nd, right? Jesus.
yeah, he's low. But I think the Steelers obviously need a center. And if there's going to be a center that goes in the first round, I think it's going to be the Steelers.
Yeah, it's gonna be Creed Humphrey.
I mean,
He's
you got to
like
replace
perfect.
Pouncey. It's just
He
fits.
looks like a Steeler. He looks like a Steeler.
This man said he looks like a Steeler.
He looks like a Pittsburgh Steeler.
All
Easy
right.
pick here.
Jaguars on the clock. You say easy pick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
This
it's
one was
right
one
there,
that
so-
it took me a while to come around to, but once you go into it, yeah.
Once I
it's
convinced him, he was on the
positional.
bandwagon. You're scrolling way too far, my friend.
I just want to look at everybody.
Fair enough. Wait, hold on. Do they have Elijah Molden in there as a safety?
Yes.
What? Oh, come on, guys.
I don't think they go wide receiver.
Oh, no.
I see somebody in the chat just said it.
Did
I
they?
haven't
Yeah.
looked in the chat. I'm not trying to cheat.
Yep, they did.
Barmore here?
No.
Barmore would not be a bad pick.
No,
at
it's
all.
not a bad pick, but
Barmore would make sense.
What do you guys like?
Morrig.
Trevon Moehrig.
You like the
Easy
safety?
money. It fits too well not to be.
I really like
But I'll
that.
say this: my top 2 picks for the Jags, Barmore and Moehrig, and they're literally the top 2 on the board right now.
Morrig's got to be it.
We'll go Morg.
There you go.
Browns on the clock.
I mean, they run so much single high, and Morrig is the best single high safety in the draft. It just makes so
By
much
far.
sense. Okay, with this one, a lot of edges got taken.
Remember, the Browns just picked up
Clowney.
Clowney.
Oh, very true. I mean, I will say though.
How about
that
Barmore here?
honestly,
Yeah, I was about to say, what about Barmore to the Browns?
I would say that doesn't deter me from taking an edge in like the 2nd or 3rd round though, because Clowney's a band-aid. But this is too high for the guy I want. Oh man,
I'm
I wish
telling you,
we
bro,
could trade
Barmore
down,
makes
but-
sense there, though.
I'm sorry.
Barmore does make sense.
I
there.
love
He does,
Barmore.
yeah. And he has fallen just way too far. So, yeah, Christian Barmore. I will say I was looking at Nick Bolton there.
They have him ranked pretty low. I'll say that.
Well, PFF ranks everybody in the weirdest possible places.
Ravens on the clock.
And that's me.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And I am gonna.
There's one guy I absolutely love to the Ravens. I'm curious to see if that's who you pick.
Agreed.
I don't know. I'm gonna say go to wide receiver,
Yep, I like a
start.
wide receiver.
Good start.
and I'm gonna say take Terrace Marshall.
I'm
There
with you.
go.
I
There
think
you
it's a
go.
perfect fit.
Perfect.
We've all been saying it.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that's notorious for being a great red zone quarterback. That's basically where he gets all of his touchdowns. He needs a tall threat. I think Terrace Marshall's such a good fit for what he needs.
I want to say real quick. We talked about the weird rankings. I like Elijah Moore, but he's definitely a little too high on this board.
He's way too
Yeah,
high.
he's too
He's
high.
moved. He
He's
has
too high.
moved up though. He had a great pro day. He's moved
He has
way
moved
up.
up.
He's too high, but I still love Elijah Moore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna go a little different route right here. With the 28th pick, the New Orleans Saints select Rondelle Moore, receiver, Purdue.
Rondelle Moore.
Somebody takes a chance on him.
You pair him with Michael Thomas. That's deadly.
And Nick says, thank you very much. Says credit where it's due. How about good draft knowledge? There you go.
Thank you, Nick.
And I'm on the clock
appreciate
now
that.
You are.
with the I don't know why I said Cowboys, the Packers, and it's for me. It's either linebacker or wide receiver for them.
I mean, you know who
And
I want. taking here.
I'm with you on that. I like Bolton.
It's got to be.
Every year I watch the Packers, and every year they can't stop the run in the playoffs.
Every year.
Every freaking year. And Christian Barmore would be a great fit here if he ever
right,
dropped.
but he's not going to be there at 29.
I'm just saying he'd be a great fit.
Sure.
But I like the
We're-
Bolton fit.
We're on. the same
Packers
page.
fans are sick that they let Blake came to us, man.
Oh. All right. With this pick, I know what Kush wants me to do here.
You're
I'm
on the
thinking
clock?
about some other stuff though. Scroll down for me a little bit.
Yeah.
This would be an obvious pick here for me for the Bills.
Yeah. I could actually do a couple of things with this pick. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on the same page as Pat here, but yeah, I'll take Pat Freiermuth here.
I love
Yes,
that pick.
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Let's get it.
I've had people-
Nick, come on, man.
Listen,
why
I-
you doubting
listen.
your boy, bro? Why you doubting your boy?
I didn't
I
want to
got
say it either. I thought the same thing. And I thought Pat Freiermuth to the Bills for like 3 months. And every
And
time
it
I
makes a
do
lot
it,
of sense.
every time I do it in one of my mocks, I get ridiculed for it. They're like, "Oh, Pat Freiermuth's going," because everybody looks at
why?
these mock
That's the
drafts and they
internet
see
for you.
Freiermuth going mid-second. But when you look at the Bills, that's
Yeah.
really like the one missing link on that offense.
Right. Right. That
That's-
tight end that
that's-
can open it up for
and
Stephon
I'll say
Diggs.
this. Obviously, Pitts by like every single metric you go is the better prospect, but I prefer Freiermuth in every way that a tight end matters.
I like
Freiermuth's my
Freiermuth to the
favorite
Bills a
tight
lot.
end.
He's
Yeah,
the best
Freiermuth
blocking
is a
tight end
beast, man.
in this draft in a couple of years. I
He's
think
the only one that's earned the nickname Baby Gronk, and I will always say that.
I'm just going to
for
read
me,
this.
I would also. Sorry, what?
Robert's got a question for both you guys, and supposedly his subscription hinges on it.
I might lose a potential sub.
Oh,
Nate
man.
and Hub, my subscription hinges on your response. Choose between Waddle, Smith, Parsons or trade with New England at 15?
Okay. Well,
Nate,
I'm
you wanna go
already
first?
on Robert's bad side, so I'll go first here. And first off, my question is, what do we get back for trading back with the Patriots?
I'll do it
Is the
for you.
first question.
Trading back
please
with the
do,
Patriots,
please.
you're going to get
Chris.
obviously you're switching 15 and 11.
course.
And you're going to get a 2021
So
third
this year?
third,
Okay.
and a 2022 second.
Now, here's my other question. You're telling me all these guys are on the board. You're telling me Waddle, Smith, and Parsons are currently on the board. Is that what he's saying?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
So
what I'm saying.
my answer is very simple, and I don't know. Other than I might lose a potential sub. My answer is Waddle. I'm very much a big fan of Jalen Waddle, and if all three of them are on the board, I'm going him. Now, of course, it also depends. He didn't list Slater now, so I'm guessing Slater's not on the board. But Waddle's like my number 2 guy for the Giants. If Slater isn't there, obviously.
Yeah. So for my answer, it's a really difficult question. You can't go wrong with any of these options, to be honest. There's just no wrong way to go. With that being said, I think I'd trade back with the Patriots and acquire more capital.
Very valid.
I am always in pursuit of more picks.
I got a bonus for him if he wants to sub the big.
Well, the other thing I'll say is in that scenario, because I'm assuming if that's I definitely take the trade down in that scenario because that means Waddle, Smith, and what was the other? And Parsons.
Parsons are all there.
Good chance one of them's getting the 15.
Exactly.
So in that scenario, because you got to figure if the Patriots are trading up, they're probably getting Mac Jones or a quarterback. A good chance one of them's getting the 15 anyway. So I think I take the trade down.
I would take the trade down.
That's what
Get the third pick for this year and the second pick for next year. And
And
one
I
of
will
them
say-
will be there. If I have to choose one of them to be there, more than likely it's going to be Parsons. But let's say none of them are there. I'm taking Ojulari Phillips. At 15.
So, for
And
me,
Michael, thank you very much. He says, as a Saints fan, we need corner. Would take Eric Stokes out of Georgia.
Stokes, that's high.
He had a good pro day.
Very high.
Got in police trouble, right? There's been a lot of NFL players getting in trouble with the law this offseason.
Well, for me, I just look at it as I see where we are situationally, and I just think you're only going back 4 picks. Pat is on the money with some of those guys might even still be there, and even if they're not, the fact that they're dropping means that there's definitely been a bunch of quarterbacks taken before us, and probably Kyle Pitts, and someone else that we're not really interested in, which is the logic of how
Damn,
those
I
guys that
lost
we
the
are
potential
all
sub,
interested
guys.
in are there. So there's a lot going to be there for us at 15, and then we're acquiring more capital. So I got to trade down.
Robert
Hey,
says,
thanks, Robert.
Nate, sub.
Yeah, that's
Robert, you wound me, man.
definitely.
You wound me.
All right, Chiefs, I think. Who's on the clock? Is it who's on the clock?
Is Hub.
Oh,
Isn't
I
he?
think it's got to be Line.
So Chiefs. Oh yeah, you definitely got it. Just go straight to tackle for me and let me see who's there.
Man, I don't care who's on the board. Go right to the tackles.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I am a hog molly guy.
How?
No,
is-
I mean, they
these
have to go
tackle
tackle.
rankings. Oh,
Cosby's probably the best. Eisenberg.
Eichenberg is my tackle.
Continue
one of what's
scrolling. I
remaining.
just want to
Man,
see.
they got
who
Jalen
all-
Mayfield 144.
All right, you could go back up.
Goodness. PFF, what are we doing?
I'm
here,
going
guys?
Cosme. I know a lot of people, including Nate, likes Eichenberg more, but I do have Cosme above him.
No, that's very understandable. I get it. That's a subjective thing. But as long as you're not going Ray Duns or Little there, I'm fine. That is just gross. That they're their tackle 1 and tackle 2 of who's available.
And
I was
guys,
gonna
stick
say,
Stick
Oh, yeah,
around.
go
We're gonna
ahead.
let the we're not gonna switch apps because I want to do a quick right after. We're gonna let the chat get involved in the next mock.
Sure.
Cool.
But I just want to pick up until the Giants pick in the second here. Bucks on the clock. That's Pat.
They take Joseph Osai.
Yeah.
Ooh, good. They need an edge.
We've done a bunch of these together, and that's
doesn't
usually
have-
where the Bucks end up going.
Doesn't have to play his first year to be a top edge because they got Pierre Paul and I always forget his name as well, but
Shaq
Shaq Barrett. So,
But
Osai-
everything I've read, a lot of people seem like they need an edge with that pick.
Well, I don't really think they necessarily need it, just like they don't really need much.
They
of
don't need
anything.
anything, but
Right.
most people think edge is where they're going to go.
And that's what I was saying. Me, Pat, Kush, we've done a lot of these together, and usually they end up going Osai or an edge there. It just makes sense, you know.
I'm on the clock, right? Jaguars.
You are.
Yep.
We took I don't even remember what we
You
took.
took
second.
Morig with your second first, and
the
Lawrence with
safety.
your first.
Okay. Could go O-line here. Could go maybe a wide. I know their wide receiver core is decent, but
I hate to say this.
Hey,
Farley
Tanner.
might have to be this pick. I understand. I was
Farley
the
is
one
falling.
saying that the injuries are bad, but he slipped to the second round. That's far enough, I think.
Hey, Tanner, your next super chat might scare you. Just saying.
Oh, no.
Big Blue Center, thank you very much. Would you be surprised at all if Gettleman takes Barmore at 11? I know it's a reach, but Barmore is Gettleman
Big
looking all over.
Blue, what are
He's
you
a very reliable
doing to
DP.
me?
No, first off, nothing would shock me.
Just
Nothing would shock
smile
me.
and wave,
Wound
boys.
me.
Just smile and wave.
Nothing would shock me.
My heart. Oh.
I don't
And
expect.
Christian
You know what?
Barremore's an
I
absolute
like it.
monster.
I like
but-
Farley here.
Oh, yeah. Barmore's a beast, and I love the
I
guy.
like
He
Farley.
lives in offensive backfields, but at 11, no.
I love him, but I don't think we take him at 11.
Right,
It's not one of our primary needs. I don't think we would.
It's
take
not
him at
even a secondary need.
11. Yeah.
Like, come on. All right, but with the Jets here, we took Najee Harris. I know we took Zach Wilson. So, I mean, I have a hard time not taking Liam Eichenberg here. I really do.
Okay.
But they do need another corner, and Eric
I'll-
Stokes and Greg Newsome are decent at the top of the second round. I'm okay with that. Eichenberg feels
Yeah.
kind of too good to pass on here, so I'm going to go Liam Eichenberg. But outside of him, I might look edge, I might look corner, but Eichenberg falling too far there.
Mike, man, thank you very much. When it's all said and done, who do you each think ends up being the pick at 11 if you had to put the house on it?
I'm not
Okay.
putting my house on
I'm not
anything
putting my
because
house
I
on
really don't
anything.
know.
To me, it's very.
I don't know.
All right, here's
I
what I'm
can't
gonna
answer
say.
that.
We got too many options. That's why.
If
Yeah.
the character could, in the end, I do think the Giants are going to pass up Parsons if he's there due to character. Because it's just my honest opinion. I'm not saying that I'm rooting for that. I like Parsons a lot. I don't think we're going to get Parsons. My opinion may change before draft night. But right now, I would not bet on him. I don't think it's going to be Slater. I'm starting to believe the things that are coming out that they're higher on their offensive line than we think they are. Than we think they should be, rather. That doesn't mean they won't goal line. I just don't think they'll go line in the first. Unless, Penny Sewell drops. So I think they're going to go. I think they're either going to go with an edge or a wide receiver. I think they're going to either reach on an edge or they're going to go wide receiver. And you know what? I am going to stick. And I don't know, if I had a gun to my head right now, I don't know for sure if I would pick this, but I said it 2 months ago. And I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to stick with Devonta Smith.
Oh, you stole what I was going to say.
I
was
said
gonna
it
say
2 months
that's
ago in my
bet.
first mock draft. I'm going to stick with it.
And I agree with
I
Tanner
think-
there. I mean,
I think I'd say Smith just because Dave Gettleman is supposedly in love with him.
supposedly
from
we're in love with
everything that's
everybody.
That's if he falls, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think of the big three, I honestly think he'd be the one to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree with Chris there because on January
Right
17,
back,
which
by
was
the way.
my first mock as well, I had us taking Smith. That was my first Giants specific mock, by the way.
I believe they take Smith if he's there, but if not, I believe they're fighting between Ojulari and Phillips. I honestly believe that they're fighting between Ojulari and Phillips if Parsons has been taken off the board.
Yeah.
Ojulari brings the more traditional edge, but Phillips
Well, I wouldn't say traditional. He just matches us better.
Phillips is so doggone talented, though, man. It's just that injury history. The more and more I dig into it, those concussions, like if he has another concussion, he may have to retire
Yeah.
because he had 3 at UCLA. But when it comes to his floor, is better than every other edges in the draft. His floor, I believe Ojulari can be better because he has a higher ceiling. But Phillips' floor, he's like ready to go right now.
He was the number one player in the country coming out of high school. So
Yeah.
he's super talented. Big Blue Center says, let's be clear. I'm not saying I want him at all. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised with Christian Barmore.
I would, man. There's no way you take a defensive tackle. That's like the last position we need.
I
don't
have
know.
the worst feeling that we're going to take Greg Rousseau.
I'm going to say, and I agree, early on, I don't want a defensive tackle. I would not. I know you guys said you don't want it. Well, I don't know if everybody said it. Hub said it, I think. I'm not against taking a DT in the 3rd or 4th round. Because I think BJ Hill's off the team after this year. He's a free agent. We're not going to have a lot of money. I think Austin Johnson could be off the team. So I wouldn't be against taking an interior defensive lineman in the 3rd or 4th round. But in the 1st round, that's insane to me. You can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah. I have had legitimate nightmares about taking Greg Rousseau at 11. I just have
This man
the
wakes up in
worst
cold sweats.
sinking feeling in my heart that Dave Gettleman is going to walk the podium and say Greg Rousseau.
I'll tell you right now, this is Nate's favorite draft date thing that happens. Round 1, pick 11, we take Rousseau. Round 2, pick 42, we take Trayvon Grimes, the
Speaking
best wide
of
receiver.
Rousseau, who's on the clock here?
Kush, you wound me.
Yeah.
Who's on the clock here?
Who took Eichenberg?
I did. So it's you, Kush.
So it's me. And who?
I
Did
might
the
go
Falcons
Rousseau
take?
here.
Who did the Falcons take first?
There's
me
still
see.
guys I'd take over Rousseau.
Well, I know you would.
Yeah.
They took Penny Sewell in the 1st.
My hate for Greg
okay.
Rousseau as a prospect is strong. You don't understand, man.
You go away here too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I could go corner here. Do the
We'll go
Falcons
corner.
not need
Yeah.
corner help?
Definitely.
They
In
def-
that case,
corner
give
help.
me Asante Samuel.
That will be
Interesting.
dope. That
Yeah.
will be dope. That's where his father played. That will
like
be
that.
dope.
Irish fan, thank you very much. Chris, nice military haircut. I want offensive line at 11. I would like to know who Pat thinks the best offensive lineman will be available at 11.
Oh, it would be between Rashawn Slater and Vera Tucker for me.
Yeah.
But Rashawn Slater is going to be the best available.
I don't think he's going to be there, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be there either because he's been hyped so much.
I think Vera Tucker's going to be the best available.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Time out. I hate to acknowledge one of these people, but Joseph Santiago in chat said something about how we'd never watched any of these players. We're just going by data on the computer, which is like of the insults on content creators, fair. He then followed that up with, you can't even name half the mascots on the college teams. It's laughable. That's the part you're coming after now? The mascots? Okay.
I'm guessing naming the mascots
The
give
Nittany
you,
Lions, Stanford's the Cardinals.
bro.
No, I mean, hey, if
bro,
that's
listen,
what you,
knowing
if
the
that's what you need us
mascots
to
gives
do,
you knowledge of the players, bro.
listen, man,
Miami's the Hurricanes.
if we must, we can go through and name these college mascots to prove to you, oh great and powerful Joseph.
That's all right, man.
that we
He's
know
a
these
troll.
schools.
He's a troll.
But-
Don't worry about
No,
it.
I know. I'm just interesting tactic.
Number 36 with the Miami Dolphins. Let's what they took Waddle in the first round, right? Right?
Yeah,
Waddle.
I think they had 2 first-round picks. So who did they take with the 18? I forgot. Let's
Did
see.
they take Pitts? I think no, they didn't take
No, he didn't get to 18. They took Jenkins at 18.
Pitts. Jenkins.
Oh,
okay.
so they already took a tackle. Okay, well, we're gonna go edge, man. They got the picks to do it. Let's go Jason Orway here.
I like it.
Eagles on the clock. Eagles took who did they take in the first? Oh,
They
they
took Owusu.
passed on Parsons, right? They need a corner, don't they?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
need a wide receiver too.
Mm-hmm.
Newsom or Stokes here make a lot of sense.
I like Newsom. I like Newsom a lot, actually. I actually think Newsom would go in the first round.
Very possibly.
I like
I don't
Newsom.
know if I'd take him there, but he could.
After watching more film on him, I'm starting to like him a little more.
Yeah, as the one resident moron Northwestern fan for some goddamn reason, I watched a lot of Greg Newsom. There's a lot of things I like about him, but I'm not quite sure he's physically talented enough to take as high as some people are saying. I think late first, early second is probably his value. But Bengals here on the board.
Andrew says, Nate, if Rousseau's there in the second, take him.
I'm gonna let you guys say this before Nate answers. This man literally has 10 edges ahead of Rousseau.
Okay, that was
So-
more a joke than anything, but
Nah, you named 10 though.
I did. I named 10.
Like
I
10,
named 10 to prove a point, yeah.
People-
But
I think him and Rousseau got a legitimate beef.
I'll be,
Yo,
okay.
Rousseau-
I'll be the
Rousseau-
first to say I'd be completely fine taking him in the second round.
Rousseau came into Nate's house and broke his TV or something, bro. That's like the only way.
listen, my
Lost
hate
some
for
money.
Greg Rousseau as a prospect is strong. It really is. But in the second round, yeah, probably, I guess. I would still take Owe over him, but like if he's, it depends on who else is there. But would I be willing to, if the circumstances called for it,
This
take
man,
Rousseau?
he's having such a hard
Fine.
time saying yes.
I'm having a tough time with it. Yeah.
Cincinnati
I
went
hate him
wide
so much.
receiver in the
Yeah,
first.
they went Jamar Chase. You gotta go tackle here. You gotta protect him. You gotta protect him, man. He's already yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I think Nate's on the board, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. I mean, if I want to keep my job in Cincinnati, I gotta take an offensive lineman. So show me the
Leatherwood.
tackles.
Let me see.
Problem is Leatherwood's not a pass protector. Walker Little is so massively overrated by this simulator. Scroll down. Oh man, no.
Man, this is bad.
Mayfield.
Mayfield.
You
There
like
it is.
Mayfield?
Why is Mayfield so low?
There's my life
Yo,
preserver there,
144?
Jalen Mayfield.
I just peeked. They had him at 144. Jesus.
PFF never change.
Who did the Panthers take in the first?
Panthers. They took.
I think
They
might have
went
been
with a weapon. I know that.
I think they took
Pitts.
Pitts. I think
Yeah, I think they went with Pitts. Yep.
they took Pitts. All right. Wow. This is actually. I'm considering tackle, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I like the guys here. Can you go back through? I know you literally just went through my back. Can you go back through
Tackles?
tackle again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
There is nobody there now.
I'm like, yeah, I was like one. I mean, I would. Take a
Leatherwood.
chance on
Leatherwood's there.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
would-
Sorry, I'm still in Bengals mode, thinking pass protection.
For Duns?
So I have Leatherwood in mind. With that being said, can you go through linebackers?
Oh, you got Surratt here.
Isn't Collins
too
still
high.
there?
Yeah, Zaven Collins is still here.
Zaven
If
Collins
Collins
would be
is
a
there,
good
then
pick here.
Taking him. Yeah,
He's there.
I'm
Yeah,
taking
Zaven
him.
Collins off the board.
All
Good
right.
pick.
Broncos on the clock.
Who the Broncos?
Quarterback. They went Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Hey, maybe you take Leatherwood hair, bro.
I don't like Leatherwood
I don't either, man.
I
I
don't
gotta
want
tell you,
second.
at all.
his pass protection frightens me.
I mean, they already. I'm just kidding. They already have decent wide receivers. I don't think they go receiver here. I don't
just
know.
saying,
Their edge rusher, they could use Rousseau. I mean, I know Von Miller's getting up there.
I just saw somebody on the board that I hope slips to the Giants at 42.
I know who you're talking about. I should take him just to ruin your hopes.
Yo, if you take him just through my hopes, it literally
You
wouldn't
got
make any
Carlos
sense, bro.
Basham, Ronnie Perkins,
You know what?
Jabril Cox.
They go Jabril Cox, linebacker LSU. They
Okay,
need
that wasn't who.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
I know who you're looking at.
I'm not sure I love that value, to be honest, but it's fine.
Dolphin. I'm sorry. Lions went Devonta Smith in the first. Says they need edge. You know what?
Yeah,
Come on,
do it. Pull the trigger.
I think Rousseau here's. I don't
Go
think he's
for
going to
it.
go much further than this. I know you guys hate him, but I don't think he's going to go much further than this.
Hey,
Well, hate is a strong word. Nate hates him, but I dislike him.
Yo,
listen, Chris. If
that
it makes you happy, it makes me happy. That's what I'll say.
there.
I don't love him.
Nate-
I don't like Rousseau, but I don't think he's going much further than that.
If he goes to the Lions at all, that's going to ruin his career.
Most likely.
Nate, I gotta say, bro, Nate, please, bro, please, Tony, it has to be.
You want to see the prospects? You want to go over it before we say Tony to
I
the
don't know
Giants?
how Tony is still here, but
All right. Well,
There you
we took offensive line. So here you're either looking
Yeah.
wide receiver or you're looking edge. More than likely.
Go to wide receivers, though.
Kadarius
Tony is there. Go to wide receivers. If they go wide receiver here, it's not going to be Tony.
Diami
Who's it gonna
Brown,
be? It's either
That's it.
going to be
Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins.
Tony's the best wide receiver on the board right now, Pat.
I forgot that I took
Marshall.
Rondelle Moore with
You
the
want to see the edge?
round.
Edge, you got Basham, Perkins.
So
Try on.
I'll think out loud here for a second and say that Tony does make a hell of a lot of sense. Kush is absolutely right. The fit makes a lot of sense there. The other half of my brain is saying, how can I ruin Kush's night right now? And,
I don't know.
and take
Yo, every
another
single
guy
stream we
logically.
do, bro, and me and Nate have done so many mock draft streams. When
Yeah.
I tell you, like half the time he tells me, "Kush, I'm doing this just to ruin your draft."
Nah,
It is what
it's
it
not
is.
that much. All right. Yeah, it's Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Tony?
No.
All right. So that's it. The 2-round simulation, we ended up with Kadarius Toney, who's definitely a very talented wide receiver, kind of a, didn't he line up a little bit as running back as well with, I know Rondelle Moore did, but I think he did line up a little bit. He's kind of a guy that could do a lot of things there.
Yeah.
Primarily a slot.
He's mostly a slot receiver.
And he's a guy that could, obviously a natural replacement for Shepard if you decide to cut him after this year.
Great explosiveness.
And Rashawn Slater in the first. So that's what we ended up with there. We're going to reset it now, and now we're going to let the chat get involved.
Oh, boy.
We're going to let the chat get involved.
Get out of hand fast.
This is what I've been waiting for. Chat always gets on us about picks. Let's see what the chat talking about, man.
How do I reset it? Oh, I guess it won't let me reset it because we didn't finish it.
Yeah. So
let me just draft like a bunch of guys right now, and so that lets me reset it.
You can just reload the page, and it'll probably come up clean.
By the way, random basketball thing. Knicks are kings in New York. King Julius should get legitimate MVP conversation, but the media hates the Knicks, so he's not getting legitimate MVP.
They're saying use PFN. All right, we'll do PFN.
Yo, you said who for the Knicks is getting MVP consideration?
No, I'm saying he should get. Julius Randle should get MVP consideration, bro.
Oh, I thought you said somebody else. I was going to say, the only person I can think of is Julius Randle.
Yeah, no, he should definitely get it. He's not even like in top 10 MVP consideration.
I want to get out in front of this. I want to get out in front of this for chat, all right? Y'all are asking for PFN's board. Careful what you wish for, all right? So when inevitably some ridiculous crap happens, I'm going to be expecting to look into chat and see, well, we asked for this.
Raphael, man, thank you very much. You guys hear about Aaron Donald? Yeah, I heard
he gave that man the 5-piece and a biscuit, bro. The biscuit was attached to his face.
I don't think he's gonna miss any time or anything like that. But let me ask you guys, let me ask the chat. I want the chat to be involved in this one. What type of mock draft do you want to do? Do you want to do a 2-round simulation? Do you want to do a 1-round simulation? Do you want to do a 6-round just giant simulation? You guys let me know what you guys want to do.
By the way, John Kim in chat says it's more accurate than PFF. We shall see. We shall see.
All right, I see 2-round. It looks like 2 rounds getting the most. I think we're gonna go 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll go slow speed, so that way it's easy to keep track. Are we gonna do all the teams?
By the way, I'd go normal here if I was you, not slow.
Normal.
Yeah.
All right, let's do all the teams, and we'll do it as quick as we can. This time,
maybe. We're
gonna let the chat get involved. What pick does the chat want? We're gonna go 1 through 5.
I mean, the chat's inevitably gonna want the Giants, so.
So what pick would the Giants be? That would be
so they want the first pick, and we rotate through, and they continue to get
Chat's getting the first pick. So the first pick's kind of boring. Well, then we know what's going there.
Tell us to take Sam Ehlinger. We don't know what they're gonna say. You just never know with these people.
Chat, you guys are majority Giants fans, so I expect you to say Sam Ehlinger at 12 to the Eagles.
All right, first pick. I'm not even going to let the chat decide because it's stupid if it's anybody but Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
So I've never done one. I'm trying to figure out how to do. What did I just do?
You click the clip where you're supposed to click the plus and click
first
the
off.
X,
Get that X there. Hit close now. If you want to draft someone, you have to hit the plus sign next to their name all the way on the right.
Somebody already said Trask.
Oh my God.
All right.
I will say, a large part of me wants to not do every 5, but just let the chat do a whole round of mock.
You know what?
Just to see what
we end up with. You know what?
Can we?
I'm not going to let them pick for. Let's be realistic, guys. I'm only going to take realistic suggestions. So don't write stupid stuff.
Come on. Put the majority rule, Chris.
But the chat is, they're the ones that say that we do a horrible job. So
is this a dictatorship or a democracy?
Let the critics make the pick. Second pick for the chat. We're up to number 2. I mean, it's 1 of 2 players here. NY Giants 26 man. Thank you very much. Says I have a gut feeling Fields goes to Zach. To the Niners.
Now, that's interesting.
All right, I see Zach Wilson.
I see Master T.
All right, Zach
Master T.
Wilson has by far the most.
No, don't say that.
All right, number 3.
Okay.
Davis Mills?
The Stanford quarterback.
This is Brock Lesnar.
So?
You know what's funny? Brock actually played in the NFL. He played for the Vikings.
Yeah, I remember that. Brock Lesnar was just a monster.
He still is.
Okay, all right. Max says give the chat division teams. That's what we'll do. Otherwise, this is going to be it's going to be way too backed up. I think that's fair. All right, I'm going to start at 3. The first pick they're going to have is the Giants, right?
No, Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to get NFC's teams. That's it. Otherwise, it's too much. All right, 49ers, I'll go first.
Otherwise, it would be too fun, Chris. Is that what it is?
It would take too long because I'm still getting Wilson from the second pick, and then you got to wait till the third pick comes in. So I'm actually going to buy into the rumors. I'm going to switch it up this month. I am going to say Mac Jones goes number 3.
And that can very well happen.
Just way too high.
Happen, man.
Mac Jones goes number 3. Now we could propose trades here. I think.
Yeah.
So, Nate, you're up. Do you want to do a trade? Do you want to stay at 4 with the Falcons? What do you want to do?
If there's anyone that should, it's the Falcons.
So you want to do a trade?
Yeah.
Who's trading up?
I like the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos
trade up here and take a quarterback.
Broncos makes sense. Past them, you're probably looking at Patriots, but Broncos makes a whole lot more sense. They're closer. So let's do the Broncos. And usually when we do this, no, you have to. So Broncos will be trading. Yes. Okay. So go to NFC now. Over on the right.
What happened?
Go to NFC.
I see.
There you go. Falcons.
Next.
Okay. So now what happens now is that hit next. Yeah. So you select what they're giving up and getting back, and then the computer decides if it's a good trade. Now the computer is stupid. So what we usually do is just to make sure it goes through.
That's what you do, right?
It's the other way.
There you go.
Chris,
Just to make sure it's going through.
Yeah, because you're selecting all the Falcons feature picks.
Yeah. So other way
There you
around. There you go. Just
Bam.
all
Make sure
the
it goes
stuff.
through.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then click propose.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. So now the Denver's moved up to number 4.
They have. And they are going to take Justin Fields.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. Justin Fields goes number 4. So 4 quarterbacks, and I think this could very well go this way on draft night.
I don't
4
think it will,
quarterbacks
though.
gone in the first 4 picks.
That would be history.
And Peter, man, thank you very much. Trade with the Broncos. Yeah, I think the Broncos make the most sense.
I mean, chat is now just hitting the nail in the head.
Sarah
I'm seeing
Fuller.
some Sarah Fuller. Yeah.
I like Sarah Fuller.
That's the next pick. Oh,
Do you want me to look her up and see if I could get her?
Sarah Fuller would be the perfect pick for the Dolphins, bro. On God.
Sarah Fuller has Cowboys pick written all over it.
Hub's up, right? Hub.
Is it? I got the Bengals.
Do not say it.
It
Tush.
would be
Don't.
absolute manslaughter if I don't go Penei Sewell.
You got to.
There you go.
You got to.
There you go. If Diggy was here, he'd probably get fired from the Cincinnati Bengals organization.
Miami on the clock. That would be Pat.
This one's actually harder than I can think.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Waddle fits them better than Jamar Chase.
That's what I say, but Jamar Chase is the better receiver. It's the dilemma.
Is the dilemma of fit versus just who's better?
No, it's the fit. Because if you put Jamar Chase, he's on the outside, and Tua has problems throwing it to receivers that are jump ball catchers or don't get extreme separation. Not to say Jamar Chase can't get separation, because he can.
But he's not a separator by trade.
By the way, don't get excited, Giants fans. Detroit's going Jamar Chase if he doesn't.
Right.
Also, Pat, I would appreciate it if you could just write all of this in an email and send it to everyone that spammed me in every mock draft I did while the Dolphins were still at 3. Just write all this down, send it to all of them.
I'm going to do the unpopular thing here. I believe they go Jalen Waddle over Jamar Chase. I really do think so.
I'm going to make this quick and easy. I got Jamar Chase going to Detroit if this ever were to happen.
Yep.
And I'm just going to read this real quick, man. New York Giants, thank you very much. Trey Lance to the Niners. If Zach goes to the Jets, I think Shanahan would like his upside with that offense. He's going – listen, I want to do Mac Jones just because I think it's possible. And it's different for the simulation. It makes it so more quarterbacks should go in the top 10.
I'd just like to point out – sorry, I'm looking at chat for the first time in a while. Someone just said Jakarta Chase, and that is interesting. But great question. With this pick, it's Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, off the board.
That's obvious.
All right. Number 9, that would be the Hub. And then the chat's up.
So, oh yeah, the Falcons traded down, didn't they? Huh. Well then, this is interesting for me. Where in the world do I go with the Falcons?
I mean,
You could go Slater. You could go Sertan.
Lance.
You could go Lance.
I say Lance.
No, I'm
Here's the
I'm
thing with
gonna-
Lance, though. In this scenario, by the way, we passed up Lance for Pitts with the Panthers,
know.
but they got Darnold. But in this
Right.
scenario, if they wanted a quarterback, I think they'd just stay at 4.
No,
Right.
guys. I got the perfect situation. I'm going Rashawn Slater so that Lance could drop to the Eagles at 12, and they take another
Oh.
North Dakota State quarterback, and my life will be complete.
I don't think
As
Slater's
much as
bad.
I love to see it, Kush, I feel like your ulterior motives are starting to get
See, I
in the
don't,
way
I
of
don't,
these
I don't
mock
like
drafts.
ulterior motives, though. I want you to make picks that you think are going to
Yeah.
happen.
Okay.
But I think Slater
I
could be
was
the pick.
considering Slater either way because
Yeah, I think Slater
sure,
could be the
sure.
pick here.
because I
Sure.
think at 4 they could be a team that takes Sewell.
All right, chat's up. We've got the Cowboys on the clock.
All right, chat.
I'll
Don't
read
let
the
me
board for
down.
the chat. I'll read the board for the chat. Trey Lance,
All right, we
Patrick
got one
Surtain,
for Arch Manning. Good
Devontae
start.
Smith, J.C. Horn,
One
Micah
for Sarah
Parsons.
Fuller. A couple for Greg Rousseau.
Somebody said,
Some more. Leon Sandcastle. Absolutely. Yeah, there you go.
Greg Rousseau.
Trayvon Grimes. There's one. Oh, now we're flying. J.C. Horn, Sarah Fuller,
I'm getting Surtain.
John
Surtain.
Cena.
Shout out to Marjorie Simmons for keeping us on track.
John Cena.
Surtain's the most.
Yes.
Sertan's the most obvious.
And now I'm going to wait 30 seconds because the chat's going to have to catch up. And then we're
And
going
this
to go
is
with the
slow mode, Chris.
then we're going to go with the Giants. So they're going to pick
LeBron
again.
James. There we go. Now
They're
we're
going to get
getting
3
there.
picks in a row. They're going to get 3 picks in a row.
Kid Green. That's a pick.
All right.
Chat.
So I don't. That's the problem when you do this. Now I don't know when it moves on to the Giants because they're all still typing.
Oh, there's
Um,
Donald Trump. That's a good one. There you go.
All right. You know, let me type it in the chat. Now the Giants are up. You guys pick.
I'm gonna say this: when we get to the Eagles chat, don't disappoint me. It better be Trey Lance.
We got Miley Cyrus. There's one. There you go.
Somebody tried
Bobby
to be
Boucher. Now, Bobby Boucher, that's a good pick.
the guard for the
Ooh, Parsons are heavy right now.
Ron Jeremy.
Now,
that's a
now
good one.
before. Okay, let me rattle off the players here. Parsons is there, as is Devonta Smith. So I think
Ooh,
those are the
someone said
two most.
Yoda, though. Can we pass on
Yeah.
Yoda?
Parsons
Here's the
and
question.
Smith are getting the most response, man. But Parsons winning out a little bit.
I'm
Somebody
getting
said Gregory Rousseau.
Oh, that's like the 7th one.
Parsons, Smith,
Oh my
Parsons. It's close.
So many.
Wow,
Somebody
Kim
said
Jong-un.
Barrymore.
a lot of people like Parsons, eh?
Man, Smith
Oh,
was out back up though.
Man, so someone said this. Why didn't I think of this? We should just draft Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it makes too much sense.
I think it's about even between Parsons and Smith. And Taco, all right, Taco donated. He said Parsons, done, book it, end conversation. It was
Jesus
close enough where the
Christ,
$2
this is
donation puts
flying.
him over the top. I'm going to tell you right now, I would be surprised if they didn't take
Oh.
Devonta Smith here instead of Parsons.
Hold,
I agree
hold
with
up.
you, Chris. I agree
Someone
with you.
donated more and said Devontae Smith, though.
Oh, maybe I'm behind them. Maybe my chat's
Are
behind.
we buying picks here, guys? Is that
No,
what's
not at
going
all.
on?
Not at all. Not at all.
I mean,
Well,
but
just
Chris,
funny
let's be
since
fair. We agree.
Do we
about
have
Smith,
an
though.
auction for the 11th overall pick here?
Patrick Surtain to the cap. You know what? Maybe this chat's ahead of my phone
I
because
see
didn't.
$5. Do I see 7?
No, stop. Peter says Smith, I win. Pete wins. Sorry, Taco. The $3 talk, my man. Don't try to up it. I don't want anybody to get into a donate war. But we are going to go with Devonta Smith. And I actually think that would be who they'd pick here.
Yep.
There's a lot of Parsons and a lot of Smith in this chat. It's
We're going to go
hard
Devonta Smith.
There you go.
And the
the
chat
Eagles
is
are on
up
the clock.
again.
Guys,
Yeah.
I want to see your best here. I want to see your best for the Eagles.
It's got to be Parsons.
Give it to him with some brotherly love, guys. Come on.
It's got to be Parsons. And
I'll tell you this though, Smith brings a lot to the table for the
He
Giants.
does. He really does.
Brings a lot to the table. Like he really legitimizes the receiver position if we get him.
Absolutely. And while Chris is sorting through that chaos, just to talk about Devonta Smith a little bit, my God, his route running is elite in every sense. Physically, mentally, he is so developed as a route runner in every way. He knows how to separate in the truest of fashions. I mean, some of these highlights you see him on, and I'm not a big fan of the people who make their takes based on highlights. Devonta Smith, you can basically form your opinion of him based on the highlights. My God, this dude flies.
Johnny says,
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna look here
Whoa.
because my phone is so far behind. I'm getting JC Horns.
I'm seeing some not so cool stuff in here now, guys. Come on.
Trey
Eisenhower. Diamador Lenore, that's a good pick. There you go.
Michael Strahan to the Eagles, bro. Stop tripping.
Oh, come on.
Do you think it could be JC Horn instead of Parsons here?
It could be. Like, I wouldn't put it out of the question. Rick
I'm
Gull
telling
says
you,
route
man.
running is not elite. Rick, are you kidding me? Come on, man.
Parsons put out that top 10, man. I think some people took him off the board, man.
Jonathan, man, thank you very much. Told you, Tate, the fan base is divided. That is for sure.
Oh, the elite pick has been made. It's Queen Elizabeth.
And John Kim says Eagles take Parsons, and he makes DJ run for his life. That's what we'll do. I think that's the pick here. We're gonna have the Eagles taking Parsons. I think.
But what about the almost legitimate majority saying Queen Elizabeth now? There's an impressive coordination of people saying Queen Elizabeth.
Yo, Elvis says punter. I think we're gonna go Parsons here. And
$10
Taco Man, thank you
donation.
very much. He says, I want Parsons enough. It's over. No Smith, we don't need him. Parsons puts us over the top with all the connections with Parsons. We spent a ton of Galladay. Now round one, maybe later, but Parsons all the way. The fan base is divided, man.
Yeah, as
Vincent Papali to the Eagles. From, what was the name of that movie? With Mark Wahlberg.
Mike says Eagles take a pitcher. That's good.
All right. I don't even know what to do here.
I feel like Evan makes a valid point by saying chat lives matter. I feel like you're neglecting the chat's wishes.
You know
a little
what?
bit here, Chris.
Okay. Well, you want to go with a punter?
Let's do it. Come
Nah,
on.
they want to go with Trey Lance.
Head over to special teams. Head over to the special teams tab. It's been
All right. Who do you think the Eagles should take here? Jose Borregales,
we got
Drew
we got
Chrisman,
Max
Evan
Duffy.
McPherson?
Oh yeah.
Those guys are kickers, though. We need a punter. Max
Right.
Duffy.
I'm a big Max Duffy fan.
I
Yeah.
like Duffy. He's good.
Yeah. Got
What do you guys
great
think,
arc
Duffy?
on the ball. Knows how to
Yeah.
kick multiple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Max Duffy feels like the pick.
Oh, we're really gonna
now
pick
we're getting
Max-
some Duffy support. Let's go, guys. Represent. Come on.
You know what? We're going to have fun on this, Mark. Screw the Eagles. Max Duffy.
Hell
Boom.
yeah. There
Just
we
did
go.
it. Maxed up. He goes 16
There
to
we
the
go.
Eagles.
We did it, chat. Let's go.
All right.
Somebody immediately been fired.
And,
I mean, Howie
I'm
Roseman's
so
going to get
disappointed
fired
in
one of these
everybody
days.
on the stream right now.
all right. Next up, we got, let's see. Max Duffy just went to the Eagles. What a pick. Next up, we've got
Chat is losing it right now.
number 13 on the board. I guess I'll go Chargers. It's
Yeah.
got to be offensive line.
Yeah.
I'll go Darisaw.
Yeah,
It's got to be.
gotta be.
Second easiest pick in the draft.
Are we? Let's just save time. Are we going? Are we still
Kwity
going to
Paye.
go Kwity Paye with the Vikings?
Yeah, Quiddy Pass.
Yep.
All right.
That's like the perfect fit, man. That dude.
And
That's
then
like the
do we
perfect.
say Trey Lance to the
Yeah.
Yep.
I think.
Pace?
I think so.
Yeah.
If he's there.
No JC Horn
JC
going.
Horn,
Yeah.
yeah, slam dunk here. Owusu to the Raiders.
Yep.
I like
We do
that one.
Dolphins. Ooh, they could go a few ways there. Vera Tucker, Dolphins.
I like
Yeah.
that.
We good with that? Cool. I can't see under Shaw B.
All right. Washington's up. The chat's up. Taco Man,
Oh.
thank you very much. Oh, I already read that one. My phone is. You know what? Let me click here because my phone is so far behind. Now it should be caught up.
Rick makes an excellent suggestion with Larray Trance, who I'm not sure who that is, but I'm sure he's a great prospect. Oh, Kush, someone recommended someone I'm sure you'll be fond of. Someone said Aaron Yeager. I'm sure you'll like that pick, Kush.
Absolutely love that. That man will wreck the entire world.
You all of a sudden, imagine to the new people coming in and seeing a punter at 12.
Yeah, so there's someone.
Yo, listen, bro, I'll
Statistically,
say
there
this.
is one person that clicked onto the stream and immediately saw Chris
I'll say this,
clicking
I
Max
agree with
Duffy. To the
Steve.
I
Eagles.
lost
Taylor.
when I made that
Steve
pick. I
Taylor, I
lost
love
about.
that
I
pick.
gained about 100 Giants subscribers, but I lost 75 Eagles subscribers when I made that pick.
And that's the way you want to do it.
That's what you want to do. You want to get rid of those Eagles subscribers.
You got to cleanse it, you know.
Somebody said Patrick Ewing.
All right, Washington. What are we doing? The chat decides. What are we doing with Washington?
All right, chat. I see Paul Blart. He'd be a good linebacker for them. That'd help out.
Is Micah Parsons still available?
Yes, but
Oh,
I guarantee
God.
you chat will not pick him. I guarantee
How
it.
did we not pick Micah Parsons? He
I
should have
see
went to the
Shaka
Raiders.
Tony. That's a good one.
Somebody said Mia Khalifa.
Nah, somebody said Lana Rhodes too, bro. I was like, hey,
I
agree
see
with that.
Julius Randle there. We got a Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, man.
I mean, to be fair, Teddy Roosevelt is probably tougher than like half the NFL stars, bro.
I don't know why Teddy Roosevelt killed me, but it did.
I see a couple of Parsons. I see a
Bryce
Bateman.
Harper. Wow. Interesting. Little bad dog. Little bad dog to Washington.
What do you think?
Big bad dog would never forgive us.
Yeah, it's getting stupid.
I see our first Obama suggestion.
I'm going to pick Parsons. I'm going to try to keep
don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm going to try to keep it semi-realistic.
Don't do it. Come on.
Well, you know the Bears are taking Bateman.
Yeah.
Bears take Bateman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach
Aziz.
Ojulari.
Yeah.
Colts take Ojulari.
Phillips here. Everyone good with that?
Phillips.
Yeah. Just it's faster. Just go to defense edge.
I'll just type
They
in
have him way
Phillips.
too low. Oh, yeah. There you go. That too. Get rid of that. Yeah.
We always took Najee Harris with the Jets here.
You want to do the same pick we did last time?
Unless you think the Jets will go edge here or Travis Etienne.
Or they could.
Or they take
Tevin
Barrymore.
Jenkins here is still on the board. Tevin Jenkins could very easily be this pick. Just saying.
Let's take Najee Harris again.
Tevin Jenkins and Mekhi Becton on the edges. All right, Creed Humphreys this pick, easy. Can you get rid of the super chat right under there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the draft board.
You're fine. I just can't see under it. All right, there we go. Morik here.
I just want to say, Charlie Collier, the first overall pick for the WNBA draft, is. Go on, carry on.
Kush, come on, man.
It's been 8 days. I survived 8
Probably
days.
said no sipping for like a month.
It was 8 days, and
Kush,
literally an
you
hour
kill
ago,
me.
the 8 days were complete. So I'm back
Alright.
on my simp mode.
What do we got up now? Browns.
Browns.
You want to go with the DT that we took Barmore?
Sure.
That's
why
still
not?
a great pick for them. Barmore is a
Yeah,
great
why
pick
not?
for
Terrace Marshall here.
Terrace Marshall.
Yeah.
Let me just type it in here.
There you
All right.
go.
Saints.
Well, the Saints fan earlier said take a corner. Let's do it for him.
Caleb Fairley.
Let me just
Yeah,
pick up
sure, why
Isaiah's
not?
super chat here. He says, I agree with Chris about how the Giants could draft a wide receiver in the later rounds, but since we got Galladay and Ross, we should get Parsons and duel him up with Martinez and make a perfect defense. Go Giants.
We'll see.
Yeah, Isaiah, man, you have the right thing.
I think he has quickly become Parsons has quickly become the favorite by New York Giants fans in this year's draft.
Man, I haven't been looking at chat for too long. We're getting some interesting stuff. We have a Kathleen Kennedy here. We have a Nathan Peterman. We have
Who are the
George
Saints taking?
Lucas.
Who are the Saints taking here?
Let's give them Zayvon Collins here.
Yeah, I like that pick.
Okay.
And then, of course, Bolton slam dunk here. 69 overall. That's gross.
And thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, Darren. He says, we should take Lizzo and stick her at right guard. Oh, my God. You want to go with the same?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pat
sure.
Freiermuth.
Freiermuth. Yeah. Do it.
That would be absolutely deadly in Buffalo, though. Pat Freiermuth out there.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely nice.
Offensive line here for the
I see
Chiefs.
one for Michelle Obama.
Should be all right. Let me go Tevin Jenkins here, right?
Yeah. Was it Tevin
Kush.
Jenkins?
Kush. New York Giants 26 is talking about your girl there, Kush. Talking about
Hey,
drafting
Adams,
Kay
bro,
Adams.
yo, stay away, Giants 26. Stay away.
We go edge to the
Yeah, sure.
Joseph
Go Osai.
Osai.
Yeah, Osai. There you go.
and second round now. Chat's almost up again. And thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate it. Saints Newsom, my pick. If he's there. Oh, we already passed your Saints.
Right. Yeah, right.
Next time I'll do this.
That's what I was
got
saying.
that.
There was a Saints fan in here earlier that said take a corner for my Saints, and I was saying might as well.
Sorry, I
Whatever.
missed it, man. NY Giants 26 draft Lizzo. She takes up the sideline to sideline. And Michael says, can you just run a full G? Yeah, we're going to do that next. That's actually the first one we did, but we'll do that next. we'll be much more serious with the last mock.
Man, I gotta be honest. When you hear sideline to sideline, usually that means speed, not volume. So this one's a little out of the ordinary. But hey, it could work. Listen, someone's got to be innovating new strategies on the football field. This could be the next one.
Who do you guys like for the Jaguars?
Yo, we're going Greg Newsome the third with the Jaguars here.
Greg Rousseau?
Yep, Newsome.
Newsome.
Oh, I thought you said Rousseau.
No, Chris. Oh,
He said Greg
Chris.
Newsome.
Hey, hey, listen, that's a good spot for Rousseau.
It's not a horrible spot. Jets. Do they take Newsome?
Nah, if they go DB, they take Caleb Farley.
All right, let's go Caleb Farley.
Yeah, I can go with that. I'm
Falcons.
still thinking about this conversation we were just having. Yeah, Newsome could go here.
Actually, I like Etienne here.
Yeah, I can go with that. ETN makes sense. Sure.
And my Giant says she's fast. Lizzo runs a 4.21, holds the record.
Oh, does she? That I would pay to see.
Dolphins. Cosme?
Yeah, sorry.
What did we go O-line in the first? I don't even remember.
I think we took AVT in
They
the first.
took Jalen
Yeah,
Waddle.
we did. Yeah, so we're not going that way.
Who's their
Show me the edges.
Who's their slot corner?
Newsome's still there.
Who's their slot corner?
Can you show me the edges actually real quick? I just want to know who's there.
Jason Away.
Boogie Basham, Perkins, Tryon.
I wouldn't mind Boogie Basham here or Jason Owe.
All right, I'll pick Away.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Yeah.
Eagles. They went linebacker in the first.
Eagles got to take Newsom.
Oh,
here.
the chat picks.
Oh yeah, right, chat.
Yeah, that is right.
Okay, chat, give us your best.
I think we're getting a kicker here. What do
Rick
you guys
Cole
think,
says,
Eagles?
what is the true meaning of Christmas? Listen, Rick, that is a question that I could never answer better than the 1,000 Christmas movies that have examined it. So go watch them. And
I'm getting kicker. I'm getting Lizzo.
I'm seeing a lot of Lizzo here.
Trudeau, man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It says, ciao, my Giants, Paisanos. The whole coalition committee are together in the NFL draft war room. That's right, Kevin Knox.
I see a lot of Lizzo, a lot of Sarah Fuller.
You know what? Let's look at the obviously the next draft.
Cosby. Oh my
The next draft we're going to do is Giants.
Did you see what one of them said? Don't sleep on him or near him. Oh, man.
Let's take a look at some of these names.
Chat never disappoints, man. Never disappoints.
Riley Patterson. Alex Kessman's a good kicker.
Okay, yeah. Chris
Baby,
Nagar
I
could be
love
good.
that one. Let's go.
Let's give him Riley Patterson. He's a kicker out of Memphis.
But should we disregard McPherson?
Good call. Let's give him Evan McPherson.
Yeah. It's got
Good catch there.
Yeah.
Hey, Gator, he's cool with me.
Cincinnati's up next.
Cincinnati, they took Sewell first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Receiver here.
Let's go receiver. Slot
Tony?
receiver. Let's give them Elijah Moore.
Wait. They don't need a slot receiver. They have Tyler Boyd.
Oh, Tyler
got
Boyd. They need an outside receiver.
Yeah, and none of these outside receivers are worth this pick.
Unless you take Diami Brown, who's probably a little bit of a reach.
Yeah. So.
Cosme, who's on the
Double
clock here?
dipping online is not a bad decision at all.
Actually,
Wyatt
Davis is there.
Make a lot
Wyatt
of
Davis.
You like Davis?
Yeah,
Wyatt Davis makes a lot of sense.
Wyatt Davis.
Thank
And
you very
all of a
much.
sudden, Joe Burrow heaves a massive sigh of relief.
He said, Tudo says all Eagles players should start shopping for baby stroller because the Giants will force them to lay eggs multiple times. Forget about it. What's going on, Tudo? All right, let's see what we got. We got Carolina up next. Who did they go in the first? They went with Pitts.
They went Pitts, yeah. So show the linebackers real quick.
Linebackers. You got Davis. He's pretty good.
It's
Jabril
too
Cox.
high for Davis, but it's too high for Davis.
Newsome's still there.
They don't need another outside corner. They need a slot corner. So Asante Samuel would make a lot of sense.
You want Samuel?
Yeah, I like Samuel here.
Broncos.
What did they
Want me to
went?
go to
What
the
did
board?
they go in the first round?
They went. Where'd they go?
Justin Fields.
Fields.
Oh, they traded up to get Fields.
Oh, you could just check by clicking on the logo, Chris.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
yeah. We
Okay.
went through this whole thing. I remember. Yeah.
What do you got? What do you think, Hub? Broncos.
We're Broncos, and they went who earlier? Just click on the logo.
They went quarterback.
They went Lance?
No,
They
they were
went
Fields.
Field. Yeah.
Okay, then.
All right, can you click
Who's on the
all real
overall
quick,
board?
please? Gracias.
So I'm looking right now. I'm going to say the same thing I said last time. I'm looking at tackle, probably.
Cosme? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good pick.
Oh man, Wolf. Don't be
Lions.
saying that, Wolf. Come on.
Lions go Jamin Davis, linebacker.
That's too high, Pat.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
is too high, but they got him ranked up there for some reason.
All right, whatever.
John Davis. Okay.
Yeah.
Giants are on the clock. We're gonna let the chat pick this one, and then we're gonna start over. And we're gonna do.
Don't do bad stuff with this one, chat. This
We're
one,
gonna let-
I need y'all to focus in. All right,
We're gonna let the chat pick this one, and then we're gonna start over. We're gonna do a 6-round mock draft.
focus in here, chat. Focus in.
All right. I'm gonna give them their options here. What did we go in the first again? We went
Yeah.
with.
That's a good call. Give them a menu of picks here to choose from.
We went with Devonta Smith in the first. Yeah. So here, I mean, probably offensive line or edge.
Boogie Basham is still there. I wouldn't mind that at all.
You got Carlos Basham, you got Ronnie Perkins, you got Joe Tryon. Those are probably your top 3 edges. You've got the best available player, at least according to them, is Greg Newsome, the corner.
Show me the tackles real quick.
And guards, you want to look at too.
Yeah.
Leatherwood,
Eichenberg is still there.
Eichenberg, Mayfield. Guard, you got Trey Smith, you got Ben
Trey Smith
Cleveland.
is not worth this pick. Don't do that.
So let's see what the chat.
Don't break my heart like that.
I'm gonna let the chat pick. Whoever gets the most. They're liking Jabril Cox.
We
They're
got
like-
Real Cox. We got a Joe
I
Tryon.
see
We got a
Tryon.
Ronnie Perkins.
That's too high. Creed
got
is
a
not
Creed.
there, guys. Creed is gone. Creed went to the Steelers.
Landon Dickerson.
Yeah, I see Landon Dickerson. I see finally some Eichenberg. That's good.
We got 2 Leatherwoods back to back.
I'm kind of sad that I see more flight reacts than anything else.
Newsome. I'm not getting one more so than I'm not getting like an
Yeah.
overwhelming.
No one is emerging here.
Jabril Cox has got a lot now.
Basham's getting more and more. Leatherwood's been consistently getting some. Eichenberg is picking up steam.
I don't know. This is tough.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
See,
I don't
this
know.
is the problem, Chris. You're too
Tryon
popular.
got a couple.
I wish I
Chris-
could just say one if you want this guy. Like we could do a poll.
Chris, you're too popular. That's the problem.
I'm gonna say the one
All right.
guy I think that's getting the most is actually Jabril Cox. If I had to guess.
Is
Over
he?
Chaz Surratt, though?
Yeah, I can't justify a Jabril Cox pick here.
I'm not saying that I would like it, but
No, I got you, but chat,
but
I'm
it
gonna
looks
need
like
y'all
Jabril
to
Cox is winning out, man.
chat.
Now-
I'm gonna need y'all to really just focus in here and not say Jabril Cox.
There's a
please.
good amount of land in here, too.
There is. There's a fair amount of Landon Dickerson.
all right.
It's a pretty even spread.
You know what? Look, I wish I had a coiner. I'd flip it. You know what? We're gonna go with Dickerson then because I feel like that. I don't know if he'd be the
Chad
guy
is
to pick.
speeding up again.
I don't know if that would be my pick, but I feel like that is the position there if we don't go line in the first. So
Wait, no. Someone just said the name we've all been forgetting. Joe Rogan has to be the pick. That's what it is.
we're gonna go Landon Dickerson. So
But Chris, I do got to say, I'm going to have to head out now. It's like right around 11:30.
no, you do you,
Black
man.
in the
I'm
morning,
gonna do
bro.
one more mock and then I think we're gonna close it out. I'm gonna do a
For
6-round
sure.
mock.
Yo,
But,
shout out to the chat, man. You guys were amazing. Shout out to Pat and Nate, and of course to Entertainer Chris, man. Thank
Before
for
you
having me on,
leave,
bro.
everybody go over check the hub. He's live all the time. Does a ton of giant content.
Hell
Link
yeah.
in the description below. Thank you for coming on. I'm sure I'm going to have you on maybe after the draft to recap, or maybe I'll go on yours, whatever it may be.
100%, yeah.
We'll talk about the draft picks and what we thought. But thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being the man, buddy.
Thank you,
All
man.
right,
No
Hub.
problem. Shameless plug. Check out my my mock drafts, Giants mock drafts. Some of y'all said you like my draft knowledge. You're gonna like the editing in those as well. But peace out, guys.
And Irish Rover said Eichenberg from Notre Dame.
Yeah, I
wouldn't have
like the
minded that.
Eichenberg pick.
I wouldn't have minded that. I wouldn't mind that.
By the way, I really do appreciate the fact that Kush said shameless plug before he shamelessly plugged. I appreciate that. That was classy, you know? That was a touch of professionalism that we needed.
All right, we're going to do – well, the computer's doing it. So we're going to let the chat get involved. We're going to let them have their say.
Oh, boy.
But we're also going to discuss it among ourselves. So basically,
Sure.
The chat is going to take over Hub's role. And then we're going to come together and we're going to see what we got. Now, we got a trade offer. So first, let's look at that. Before we do, can I go back to the trade offers if I
Yeah. If you click
who
off of it, don't hit. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay, so before we look at the trade offers,
Let's
chat,
go through and
this was the pick. Trevor Lawrence, obvious. Zach Wilson, obvious. Fields, Penny Sewell, pretty straightforward. Rashawn Slater, not crazy. I could see that. Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, J.C. Horn.
that's where this goes. At 8, that's where.
And there
8
was a
through
trade
10.
up for Patrick Surtain for the
Oh,
Chargers.
This was going so strong through 7, and all of a sudden it went off the rails.
Jamar Chase is on the board. Oh, no, he's not. I'm sorry. He's gone.
No.
Um,
All 3 receivers. Wait, no, Devonta
No.
Smith's still there.
and Kyle Pitts is still there.
Pitts and Smith are still there.
This started out so strong, and then it went off the rails at 8. Let's be honest.
All right, first let's look at the trade offer. How do I get trade offer? Here we go.
Yeah, hit the phone. Yeah.
We're
don't
getting
like that
20.
one.
I'm not trading to 24.
No.
I'm not trading to 27. And I'm
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, that's a
I
pretty
like
good one.
that. I like that.
all right. Let's ask the chat now. Before we make this trade, let's take a look at who's on the board. Kyle Pitts is on the board. Devonta Smith's on the board. Micah Parsons is on the board.
All your edges are on the board.
Azeez Ojulari is on the board. JOK is on the board. So we have the option to trade down from 11 to 16. We drop 5 spots, and we pick up the 49th pick, but we give up 116. What does the
All
chat
right,
think?
I'm seeing a pretty even spread in chat between yes and no, so I think this is a panel decision here.
We're getting some
Take that trade, man.
I'd take it.
We
if
pick
I'm-
up an extra second rounder that's close to our second round.
Well, you're trading up into that pick from the 4th. Because you're giving them the 4th in return.
You know what? I just think it makes it more fun if we have more picks. Even though we don't really have more picks, it's why am I having
better
this
picks.
stop and shop ad here? How come I can't?
Hit the X and all the way at the right.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
go.
Let's do it. I mean, I know everybody wants to take Pitts,
I like
but
the trade.
let's do it. We get an extra pick at 16 and 49. It makes it a little more fun in the second round, and it's
I
fair
bet
value.
you Cardinals take Pitts right here.
Pitts is going. All right, let's see who goes.
There it is.
Pitts is gone.
Mac Jones.
We just got. All right, I'm not even gonna look at another trade.
No,
I'm not even gonna look at
nope,
another
never.
trade.
I don't trade with
Devontae
division
Smith
rivals.
is still there at 16, and so is
So
Micah
is Trey
Parsons.
Lance. So is Micah. Oh man. How has this happened?
We gotta go Devontae Smith or Parsons here.
Yeah.
Now
It's
this
one
is
of the
such a
two.
ridiculous draft because Travis Etienne just went.
Yeah.
The
Azeez
people
Ojulari-
wanted PFN, and they have received the bounty of PFN. That's just what this is.
Crazy.
Parsons. It's it. You know what? People saying Smith. People saying Parsons.
I see a lot more Smith than Parsons right now.
Mhm.
Let's go Smith. Either way. I mean, whatever. We'll go Smith. We'll go Smith.
It seems like the Parsons fans are more enthusiastic, but I see more Smith.
We go Smith. We get Smith
Yeah.
at 16.
That's too good to pass up.
And now we got a pick at 49 and a pick at 41.
Mhm.
So double dipping in the second round.
Jason Owe went high.
Gregory
Greg Rousseau
Rousseau
snuck
for
into the
Bears?
first round. Oh, that's gross.
Wyatt Davis gone.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh,
Phillips
Jalen
as well.
Phillips. That hurts.
Should we even look at more
Okay.
trades?
Nah, that's bad.
That's a good trade though.
Yeah, I just feel like we already accepted one. Like, I don't think we do two in the same draft.
Fine. No
All right.
arguments from me.
42, we already took a receiver. Obviously, we're not looking at Marshall. I don't think we're looking at a DT, maybe, but
No.
Trey Smith is the guard. Let's take a quick look.
And I will say, go to tackles.
Dickerson, Trey Smith, Eichenberg,
Eichenberg.
and Edge. Let's see.
I will say this is what I'm talking about when I say that I think we can very easily afford to pass on receiver in the first round and take another position, because look at all those edge rushers that went. Look at all those linebackers and linemen that went. Now our only viable lineman is Eichenberg, who isn't bad, but that's one left. And look at all the receivers that are still there.
And you got interior offensive linemen too.
Yeah.
And we have a pick at 49, you got to remember. So what does the chat think?
You can very easily pass on receiver in the first round in this draft.
A lot of people are going Dickerson or Eichenberg.
Mayfield. Get on a Mayfield.
Eichenberg has to be it for me.
Getting Basham, Dickerson, Cox.
I think Trey Smith is bad. I don't like Trey.
Trey Smith does not deserve to be anywhere near this pick.
You want to take a tackle here, though?
Yeah.
Over an interior offensive lineman?
None of the interior offensive linemen are worth this pick nearly.
Unless you can argue Dickerson.
He's close to this
iffy.
value. But for me, I just don't want to move Nick Gates, and I'm not doing it for Landon Dickerson.
You want to go Eichenberg?
I do.
That's probably the best.
If we were gonna go edge, you go. I guess.
Sorry.
You go Basham if you're going edge here, or Tryon or Perkins.
I like Tryon better than Basham, but we can get Tryon at 49.
Yeah, I think the way I see it is Eichenberg is the only lineman left I would take in the first round. Not at our pick, but the only guy I would value in the first round. So.
All right, let's go Eichenberg. Let's do it.
Gracias.
We'll switch it up. Let's see what we got here at 49. So we got a tackle. We got a wide receiver. Now I think we go defense.
Mm-hmm.
Cox is probably still there. Let's take a quick look.
He just went before us.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
So I know the
There's
chat's
plenty of
linebackers
linebackers left, though, Chris.
So we got Nick Bolton. We got...
You still got good edges. You got Tryon, Basham, Perkins.
Joe Tryon's there. There's so much here.
I actually
just
like
for shits and giggles, let's
all of them.
Yeah, I think we go defense
and
here.
chat's saying Tryon too.
I like Tryon.
Some people
I'm a
saying
big fan of
Bolton
Tryon.
now.
I like Tryon.
Tryon is better than all of them.
I'm seeing Tryon and Bolton here.
I think Tryon's the better fit.
Fine, go ahead.
Let's go Tryon.
Go for
All
it.
right.
So now we
I
go
mean,
to the
they have him ranked at 69. It's not out of the question he falls to us again.
Yeah,
he probably won't.
In the real draft, I don't think he's going third round.
Oh, hell no. Absolutely. He might go first round. Yeah, there he goes. But in this weird world, don't take anything for granted.
That's true.
Nothing is sacred in the satanic universe of Pro Football Network mock draft simulators.
All right, we ain't gonna do this draft.
No,
this
you're
trade. Okay, so how do I see our pick so far?
Click the Giants logo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so far we've got Devonta Smith, Eichenberg, and Joe Tryon.
That's a good haul.
So we addressed.
I actually like this draft.
So do I. I go linebacker here, by the way. Cam McGrone is still there. Chaz Surratt is still there.
Chaz Surratt's the pick, if he's still
You want to take a quick look at the running backs? Any running backs may take here too early, right?
Not too early.
What about Quincy Roche? We took an edge though.
We already took Tryon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like a linebacker here. Yep, Chaz Surratt.
Chaz Surratt,
instant pick.
all day.
You want Surratt?
Instant pick.
One guy I really like, and I'm not taking him here, but I just want to make note of him. I don't know if I like a Debo.
Yeah, Debo's nice too.
He's a good player, but
Surratt
Surratt is the instant pick here to me.
All right, let's go Chaz Surratt. Hey, a lot of Giants fans seem to love this guy.
Listen, man, I have been on him since like week 2. He was
Bobby
one of the
loves
first
him.
players
Bobby loves him from talking Giants. Landon Dickerson was still there.
That's crazy.
That's who we should have taken.
This is what happens in the PFN simulators. It always goes this way.
That's who we should have taken.
Rondelle Moore, what?
Rondelle Moore was still there?
You know what? No, but you know what? I'm glad we didn't take those guys because those guys would never be there. This is more realistic. Ben Cleveland was a possibility.
My goodness.
I like
Deontay Brown in the 4th round. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Like, I like to be semi-realistic. Like, those guys aren't going to be there. So now I think we don't pick till the 6th because I think we traded our 4th in that trade.
We traded out of this round.
I wish there was a way to speed this up now.
Tyler Wallace all the way to 126?
That's not as terrible as the other ones, I don't think.
maybe I think running back with one of these two, Khalil Herbert's off the board.
I don't get why people so desperately want a running back.
I don't think it's desperate.
Ooh, Demetric Felton went. That's unfortunate.
I personally would like one, but I don't think it's desperate.
Demetric Felton. Jalen Darden goes.
I like Darden.
I like Jalen Darden. He's a nice receiver.
I like him a lot. Him and Felton are a couple.
What do you guys
of
think
real
of Palmer? I know PFF loves Palmer. I know he didn't
watched him much.
He didn't produce much at Tennessee, but a lot of people attributed that to the quarterback.
He has boom or bust potential. He has to be in the right situation, though.
He's also got ties to our coaching staff. We got members of the Tennessee coaching staff.
Feels like everybody has ties to our coaching staff.
I know, it's true. Elijah Mitchell.
Everywhere.
There goes Mitchell.
Trey Hill lasted to the end of the 5th. Oh my goodness. Sage Surratt in the 6th. Oh, that's gross.
I think Surratt. I don't know. I'm
Trayvon Grimes. There is.
We're on the board. Best available.
Grimes got drafted.
These are the best available. I don't know if you guys know about him. I've done some research on.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Taquan Graham. He fits our scheme well. Didn't produce at Texas. He only had 2 sacks, but he fits our scheme well.
Do a little scroll for me.
Yeah.
Just wondering, why do you highlight everything as you?
Because it's just easy. Okay. Now it's working on the down. Okay.
Odd. Cornell Powell's really good. We already took our receiver.
Got Terry.
But again, 222. They put him down further since last I checked. Oh my God.
Crazy.
But again, let's be realistic. He's probably not going to be there. And second, we already took a receiver in the first.
Chris Rumpf. We already took an edge, but Chris Rumpf is
at
nice. This value. I really like.
It's very nice at this value.
Yeah, I really like Chris Rumpf here.
He's not bad.
We signed our corner, but Lenore would be great corner depth. We can probably get him next round though.
Let's take a quick look at defense. Let's look corner.
I'd go. I would go Rumpf here, if I was you.
Let's see.
Oh wait, we haven't checked in on chat in a minute.
What do you guys think? We're getting. I'm gonna let the chat pick. St. Just.
Alaric Jackson. Suturth is very adamant about Alaric Jackson.
Max out the font size. I don't even know how to. I mean, I could make this a little bigger, I guess. Because this is on a website. I don't think I can make it any bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I stretched it out a little bit. And NY Giants, he says, I just subbed to Nate and Pat. That's awesome, man.
Thank you for the sub, bro.
A lot of people are saying St. Just. Let's go. I mean, he's a corner. I could definitely see us taking a corner this late.
I mean, if I was going to take a corner, I'd probably go Lenore next round.
We got like back-to-back picks.
Yeah, sure. It's fine. We're fine.
Yeah, well, St. Just. We'll go with St. Just.
But hey, think about this though. Why not take Tamori and Torrey here? Let's say if he needs some work. I just don't think
he's gonna be there. I just don't think he's gonna be there.
He's not.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be there either. But PFN seems to think so for some reason. And Cornell Powell is very good too. He's like Debo and Ayuk over there in San Francisco. He's that type of receiver.
I really like Rumpf here, man. He's probably where I'd go with this.
I'll go Rumpf. I don't mind going edge here in the 6th.
Yeah.
I'll go Rumpf. He's got Duke ties. So there you go. We could have went to Moritari, of course, but
yeah, it's fine.
What if he's still there with our next pick?
We don't have another pick. That was
that is right.
Let's see if Tamori and Terry does get drafted by.
He did. I just saw him go. I think.
Oh, he did. Okay, good.
Actually, no, that might have been Taquan Graham because I was looking for him. There it is.
Okay, there he goes. At 222, at where they put him.
That's crazy.
Unreal.
All right, so here's our draft. And this is a trade down scenario. We traded down from 11 to 16. We got the 49th pick. We gave up 116 or whatever it is, whatever. We got Devonta Smith, who, I mean, I don't know if he'll be there. Eichenberg.
Go ahead.
Tryon, Chaz Surratt, St. Just, and Chris Rumpf.
It's a hell of a draft.
I will say this about the pick of Devonta Smith. If we do it in real life in the real draft, he takes a lot away from the what if of the Giants offense when it comes to the number 2 receiver. Like we have to say, what if Slayton steps up, or what if Ross can step up? What if he comes in, he's gonna be the number 2.
Yeah.
And he's actually, the more I think about, a perfect fit, because he's gonna route people up on the outside, and you still have to worry about him deep. But he's going to give us those drag routes, those catches, drag routes. He has enough speed to make those turn into 20, 25-yard plays. We still got deep with Galladay. He has more route running than people believe as well. I'm actually starting to like that pick more and more, because he takes away the what if. I like Darius Slayton, but if we draft Smith, Slayton is a backup.
Oh no, he becomes instantly becomes the number 4.
He's not beating out Smith for the number 2 receiver.
No.
Hell no.
If you drafted Devonta Smith, he better be starting.
So that gives us a legit receiver pair. There's no question if we draft a Smith. Even if we draft a Waddle, there's still a little bit of what if with Waddle. Is like, what if he can't go to the outside and be the outside receiver that we need the other side of Galloway? Smith is legit. He's a legit number 2 receiver on this team, and that makes our offense that much better and that much faster. Because I'm gonna tell you now, folks, our offensive line, it needs work, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad where we had to draft offensive lineman first, second, third. No, Daniel Jones helped out a whole lot with that offensive line being bad. When you look at that film that I did on Daniel Jones on my channel, it shows you what Daniel Jones was doing. He was missing open receivers, and he was causing the lineman to get sacks by just standing there like a statue, like nothing's going to happen to you. His pocket presence alone makes the line worse than what it really is.
Oh, for sure. Dan Jones is definitely part of the problem. And he's got to grow in year 3, but he's definitely part of it. You don't get sacked 83 times just based on the line alone.
I mean, we all talk a lot about. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to do a video. Drafting Devonta Smith is making more and more sense to me, because he takes away that what if. That last piece on that offense, everybody's like, what if Slayton can do this? What if somebody? No, Devonta Smith is that.
Yeah.
And he's going to get to the point to where you're going to have to double cover him in the league. And then we got Galloway on the other side. So if you double cover, if you run too high safety, that means Shepard gets to do what he wants. Rudolph gets to do what he wants in the middle. Even crazy-ass Evan Ingram gets to do what he wants in the middle. Or you could put a John Ross and just fly him down the field every time. And
Vintage Skill says no way we don't take a running back at some point. I won't say no way, but I agree that I think we will take a running back in this draft, because right now we really only have 2 running backs on our roster.
I think they'll probably end up signing a no-name or getting an undrafted.
They could get an undrafted free. If they don't draft one, they could go on that route. They could go with an undrafted free agent. But if they like a running back, I think they'll take one in the 4 or 6 round area. That's not before round 4, but I could see it. One thing I was thinking about I'm going to do next, I'm going to try to organize it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I think it would make it more fun for the chat. I think the chat had plenty of fun tonight, Chris. They did too much fun. But I think next time I might make it more serious, where I have them call in one at a time and they make the pick. But I feel like it might get goofy.
Yeah, you can actually. Your channel's big enough. You can actually pull that off. That would be nice. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah, where I have a really great fan base.
What does the chat think? Now, I just feel like it might get goofy though, and I want it to be realistic. But if people
that will call in would be serious.
If people want to do that, and it's going to be quick, you're not going to talk. You're not going to have a 10-minute conversation. You're going to call in, and you're going to say, "This is who I'm taking," and you're going to make your pick. You talk for a minute, and then the next guy.
And I think, Chris, that's kind of just like you got to know who's calling. You got to be able to vet these people, make sure they're not going to. You remember the last time you had someone, and that was before you instituted the profile picture rule, and so you had like turn your camera on or whatever. You remember the incident I'm talking about. Yeah. But yeah, I think it should be fine.
I think that's what we'll do. Rather than the chat is like so unorganized, I'll try it for one draft. I'll open up the link. One pick. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. We'll try it for one draft. Next time I think I'm going to do one solo. We'll do it solo. 6 rounds. Then we'll have the chat going for a full first round mock draft.
Sure.
I want Deontay Brown. I think everybody loves Deontay Brown. NY Giants 26 says I feel like it should be members because it would be chaotic. I mean, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll make it organized and have the people call in that may want to call in ahead of time and have them ready. I think I could only hold 10 people in the waiting room at once, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I feel like I want to get the chat a little more involved, but not too goofy. But I think that'd be fun.
Man, that hit me though. That Devonta Smith, man, that makes a lot.
You're a Smith fan now.
The more I think about it, it makes a lot of damn sense. Because Slayton's he's not guaranteed. Neither is Smith. Let me get that correct. Neither is Smith, but I trust Smith to be the number 2 more than what Darius Slayton is.
Yeah. If I'm drafting Smith at 11, and let me read this real quick. Irish Roman, thank you very much. Great time tonight. Thanks, guys. I love the content from each of your perspectives. Make sure you subscribe to both of them and the hub. If you're taking Devonta Smith at 11, he better be a lot more than number 2. And I'm not saying year 1.
Number 1 type thing.
I'm not saying year 1. He better develop it to an elite.
The reason why I say number 2 is because we have
on this team. Yeah. But like a 1A.
I think
a 1A.
He's a 1. He's a 1. I'm telling you. Devonta Smith's a 1. But like how Calvin Ridley really is a 2 over in Atlanta when a healthy Julio Jones is there, that's what I'm comparing it to.
Yeah.
And I think for me, if I'm looking at Devonta Smith, I would feel comfortable saying the only possible way Devonta Smith doesn't end up reaching that potential is if his weight problems do factor into it. Because there is nothing about his game that is anything but elite.
Look at the way he releases off the line.
Oh, yeah, I'm well aware. I personally don't think it's going to be an issue. It's just the one negative that you have to put on the draft report. You know what I mean?
And I hope that negative makes him drop to 11 to give the Giants that decision. Because the more and more I think about it, having that guy at the number 2 receiver position makes our offense that much more complete.
Oh,
like there's no reason why. No, like
if we got Devonta Smith,
if
we got Smith or Waddle, one or the other, or whatever, a receiver. The only question I have is the offensive line on the offensive side at that point.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Jason Garrett, but
yeah, but I mean with those
I don't
weapons,
think you can screw that up though, Nate. I don't think you can screw that.
But the offensive line's a big question mark though.
No, I'm talking about with Jason Garrett. I believe his play calling was just as bad as when Daniel Jones with the weapons. He's working with the same people. The thing is, I think Daniel Jones caused more problems than people want to admit last year. When it comes to his pocket presence, pocket presence is extremely low. You look at film of people like Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck got killed, but the coach still made the playoffs consistently. You know why? Because his pocket presence was that great to where he will maneuver his way through the pocket. That offensive tackle is getting destroyed off the line immediately. He knows how to move up and move out and get out the pocket and make a throw. He makes the offensive line look better. Daniel Jones right now, his career makes the offensive line look worse.
Listen, you're absolutely correct. My only thing I would say is do not underestimate the evil powers of Jason Garrett. That's all I will say in response.
But how can you mess that up?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Remember, this is the guy that was calling plays when they had Dez Bryant and Miles Austin on the other side. This same scenario. Yeah. Same type tight end with Rudolph and Jason Witten. I believe he has the pieces that he needs to work with as well.
John, thank you very much. He says Smith better gain some muscles because he will get lit up by the NFL competition. Tyreek Hill might be short, but that guy's jacked. I can't see him standing after a hit from Jalen Ramsey or Jamal Adams.
That's the thing is Tyreek Hill is more of what I was talking about with the Jalen Waddle type thing, where Jalen Waddle, I think he may be small, but he doesn't have like weight concerns or anything like that. Devonta Smith is built.
I think that's the one thing that you worry about with Devonta Smith.
That is the only outside of that negative on his draft profile.
Yeah, and that comes. He hasn't even got his full man body yet. He's only 21, maybe 22.
Yeah, I think he's 22.
They're gonna put him on a weight regimen. They may make him gain about 5 to 10 pounds, maybe. But like I said, his release off the line is amazing, and you're not going to face a Jalen Ramsey or Jamal Adams every week.
Yeah. He would definitely be a big addition to the offense.
Yeah.
And I agree. I also agree with Derek Mill. I don't think Garrett's nearly as bad as some Giants fans make him out to be. I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's, Shanahan. I'm not even saying he's an above average offensive coordinator. But I think this year they went out there and they got pieces that I think fits a Jason Garrett-led offense a lot better. I think Galladay fits this offense very well. I think Kyle Rudolph fits this offense very well. And I think getting Saquon Barkley back is going to help a whole lot.
You got to think, his main weapon that he had last year was Evan Ingram. And Evan Ingram was pretty much wide open the season. He was just dropping the ball. If Evan Ingram catches those balls, he has an outstanding year.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, and we're going to wrap this up in like 2 minutes because it's getting late, but at the end of the day, and I'm not saying he's good, but he has a track record as a play caller that when he has the talent, he's had good offenses with Dallas. So I think the Giants brought in good talent. Last year we didn't have Barkley. I think there's reason for hope with the New York Giants this year on offense.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there's going to be other coaches that have more hands-on in the offense outside of just Jason Garrett.
Yeah, so. I think Freddie, what's his name? Freddie Kitchens.
Freddie Kitchens, the
I believe
assistant.
I believe he's going to put his little stamp on the offense, and I believe he gets a lot more rollouts going. With Daniel Jones, let him use his feet. I'll be honest with you, because we need more play action in the offense, and that happens more when Saquon Barkley gets back. This offense could be pretty doggone good, man. Especially if we get a hold of Smith at 11, because I'm starting.
All I want this year,
man.
Well, I mean, obviously I want more, but if they're league average, I'm happy because I think the defense will be
well above
borderline top 5.
Yeah.
If our offense can sneak in the top 15, I think this is a playoff team, hands down.
Absolutely, yeah,
100%. For sure. Because the defense is no worse than top 10.
No way.
I'm with you. If we're a league average offense, we're going to the playoffs. So
100%.
We'll see what happens. Before I wrap it up, I first want to, like I always say, Faruqi, and is that the actual Faruqi and Faruqi, or is that a?
No, it's never.
That's got to be a troll.
There's no way.
The actual Faruqi, though, I love Faruqi and Faruqi. The official sponsor of the channel. Wanted to shout them out real quick. If you guys haven't checked them out, I don't have the link. Hopefully my mods could post it. I was so busy doing the mock draft tonight. I was doing dual duty. It's tough to do that while you're still talking in the chat. But I want to say thank you to everybody that's in the chat, all the support you guys always show. I'm going to do another one of these. I want the chat to be a little bit more involved next time. I'll probably have you guys call in, but I want it to be organized. And if it's not, well, then we'll just end it and we'll make it more like this. But I'd like to get the chat more involved. I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in, all the support you guys always show. I will be live tomorrow doing the Knicks game. I'm sure I'll be doing a mock draft soon again. I'll be on Bad Dogs on Saturday. And I'm looking forward to working with these guys again too soon. I think obviously the Hub did a great job. He left. Always love talking to the Hub. Nate, thank you so much for coming on, man. Definitely talk to you soon, buddy. Come on your channel whenever. And Big Pat, man, welcome to the Giants community. I know you've been doing it now for a bit. And thank you for coming on the channel, buddy. Thank you for talking draft.
Always, man. But, hey, Giants fans, think about that, man. That just hit me, man. Devonta Smith, the more I think about it, I'm going to make a video about it tomorrow. That makes a lot of sense, man. That makes it pretty legit, man.
That just hit you, huh? That just hit you. But,
like
guys,
hurricane, man.
You guys have a great night, and we'll talk soon. You guys have a great night. We'll talk soon. Be good.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Let me get out of here.